Well, hello, and welcome to Truly the Female Perspective, episode number 15. We are here, and we are queer.
Speak for yourself. What the fuck?
A little depends
Listen,
on the day.
I don't
day
assume
of the week.
gender, but I will assume your sexuality.
Bex,
I'm
I've
not a
seen
fan of
your
that.
chat. Listen,
Yeah, that's true.
Sometimes
That's true.
Listen,
Little bit. So, our opening, yes, I do need to tweak it because we have a new co-host. I'd like to formally welcome Nadia. She has now joined Truly the Female Perspective. She did take Shiro's place. We love Shiro. She's welcome back anytime she'd like to hang out. But yeah, Nadia is our other female perspective. And how are you, Nadia?
I'm good. At least you didn't pronounce my name like my Canadian boss does. Nadia. I'm like, come on, man. It's Nadia. Everybody else says Nadia.
What the fuck?
Must be a Canadian thing. It's got to be a Canadian thing.
Well, Vex is Canadian, but she doesn't say it retarded like that.
Like French Canadian. French Canadian.
So
French Canadians are. Yeah, they're all retarded. So yeah, that's fair.
Vex, how are you?
I'm ready to go to bed.
Okay, so let's get the show on the road. With that being said, we're going to introduce our male perspective. Listen, we got to move the show along before I get drunk. All right, here we go. Our male perspective this episode is Sammy 3-Pete. How are you? Thanks for joining us. We appreciate you.
I'm happy to be here. Thanks for having me.
You're not scared?
No.
You sure?
You should be.
Yeah, I like all three of you. I talked to all
three. He's
like,
I like girls. They're cool.
Yeah.
Unless
you're gonna
they don't have
me
cooties anymore.
Well, I told Nadia, speaking of cooties, so I'm going to see her next week, and she has been deathly ill these last few days and almost couldn't make tonight's show. And I was like, well, I don't care if you missed the show, but if you're still sick next week and I can't kiss your face without getting cooties, that's where I draw the line. I want to be able to make out with you and not get sick.
Do the vitamin D thing for 3 days, and then before you go to Vegas, you won't get sick. You'll be fine.
I'll be gay, Cassie. I'll be gay for you. I'm good for it.
Take a bunch of those. Anyway, hold on real quick before we start. Vex sent me a really beautiful opening to the show. I was going to do it in a more tech savvy way, but who has time for that shit when you work full time? Hold on one second. I've got something that, just a beautiful song to really get us in the mood for tonight's show.
Especially given some celebrity news that's been going on as well. Yeah.
Here we go. Yeah, this is now I'm not gonna right. I'm not gonna get in trouble because she's not really singing the song, right? It's just the melody.
What is the volume on?
Well,
the volume.
I don't know, but I already hate how it's starting.
It's like asking your mom if you've plugged in the machine.
I'm like, wait, I haven't even fucked up yet. Okay, hold on. Here we go. Well, let's hope the volume plays.
This girl is on fire. This girl
wait. Pause it for a second. I thought she said this girl was on fire because her internal organs were on fire.
Fiza.
Sorry. Okay, good.
She's walking like an Italian. She's on Fiza.
Okay.
She's hopped up on Fiza. This girl is on Fiza.
Oh, poor thing's gonna
I'm pro-choice now.
So someone actually looked up her batch number, and it's like 1/3 of recipients have extreme adverse effects. So she might not be alive anymore.
Yeah. Rest in peace to the Pfizer girl.
Yeah. R.I.P.
Yeah. R.I.P. Everybody
Rest
pour out some of your 40. That's it. All right, so let's get to the chat, and then we'll address some. Hello. My teenager just woke up for the first time, and it's 6:14 p.m. There's Chipotle in there. Yeah, I put all your sides on I put your guacamole and sour cream on the sides. Yeah, I know. I'm a good mom. You hear that? I'm a good mom. That's on. Oh, Jesus. Yeah, I'm a good mom. Look at Nadia's picture. There's me. we're trying to avoid that this evening. We're going to try to keep everything together.
Ooh.
Anyway, sorry, I haven't seen my kid all day and she just woke up. So, and you know what? This is real life. Like, Cannoli was like, oh, Amazon might drop off my comic books while you're doing the stream. I hope it doesn't happen. I'm like, I don't really care. It's real life. Dog can bark. Kid wakes up. That's how this
Amazon might drop off my comics though.
Oh my God, I'm such a nerd. You made him laugh.
I actually just had a couple delivered today.
See? Oh, he made fun of you, Vex. He says, well, she's playing Power World and I'm reading comic books.
Why would you expose me?
Dick. All right, let's say hi to the chat. I'm not drunk. I just burped. Okay, so Corey is here. Corey is my biggest supporter. Thank you so much. You brought moonshine. Great to see you. Matt is waving to you, Vex. Can you see him?
I'm waving at you too, Maddie.
Okay. There's Sammy with us, of course. Nadia is thanking the chat for being here. Let's see. Corey is French Canadian, but I prefer Cajun French. All right, whatever. Okay. Has Sammy seen the Sassy drunk streams? Apparently he has seen some of them.
I have.
Yeah. Not my finest.
Which he thought was a separate stream from this entirely. Did not know it was actually the truly female perspective.
Yes.
Yeah.
Love it, TLS.
Sometimes things are rough, and we act it out here on the interwebs. So, and Corey, thank you so much. I appreciate you. Hold on 1 second. I've got something for you. And nope, that's not it. Here we go.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. But yes, whoop. You fucking shit up. Thank you, Corey. I appreciate you very much. Oh, look, Sammy is not a girl. He is the male perspective.
Not yet a woman.
Yes, there you go. But Bush, good to see you. Thank you. I appreciate you. Oh, hi, Shield Maiden. Hello, you beautiful ladies and gentlemen. It's 2:12 a.m. here in the UK, and I've had 5 rather large vodka and passion fruit martinis. Jeez. Congratulations. Welcome to the party. I love Shield Maiden. She's a doll face. Hey, Uninspired, good to see you. Thanks for stopping by. I think your real name is Lisa. Good to see you. Thank you so much. Oh, I know where AJ is. It's a place here in Arizona. I won't put it on blast in case you guys want to go like find her. That's not nice. Oh, let's see. Yeah. What is this? She might not be alive anymore. Oh, yeah, that one lady. Definitely. Yes. But I just want to say hi to everyone. CLS, good to see. Oh, you were not saying hi to me. Well, fine then. Hi, love. Good to see you. I appreciate your. Oh, fuck, Corey.
He also dropped 5 memberships. So
I know. I said thank you to that, babes.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Yeah, that was the thank you thing.
Oh, gotcha. My bad.
Well, look who showed up. My Nosferatu.
Nas, may Yakub be with you.
Jeez.
All right. Well, everyone, I have prepped myself for this moment as I have eaten. My belly is full. Thank you. My daughter just said I looked pretty. The $5 will be on your in your room later.
I'll tell her to say it louder.
That's right.
No one heard it.
No one heard it. Say they think I'm
louder.
See?
Yeah, I heard it.
There you go, sweetheart. I just got you $10.
Oh, yes, I am well, it is my stream. It's okay to attention seek. But anyway, okay. This is for you, Corey. Thank you so much.
Man,
it's okay, everyone.
I'm so glad having the flu did not let me call off at all this week, because I have a feeling since I'll see you in person next week, I got to be calling off.
Well,
we're getting real strong margaritas Thursday night.
Oh, good thing I'm going to wear like a dress, so everything has to stay on because I don't want to be taking my top off. Although, do you guys want to hear something funny? It's the female perspective.
I wouldn't wear a dress to Omega Mart.
It's a long.
Go to that.
Unless you're wearing shorts underneath.
Oh no, then I will. I'll wear biker shirt. I was just gonna wear like a long
You might have to like crawl on the floor and like.
Okay, I'll wear biker shorts underneath, or I'll change everything. But here's a funny story, real quick. Sammy, you have to hear this because this is the female perspective. Really quick. Speaking of taking things off, I go to the store today and I'm kind of in a rush, and all I need is a black bra. I am a woman of a certain size, so sometimes I can't find my size. I find my size. It's in the color I want. I take it. I go to check out. It's a nursing bra.
With Nos in the chat.
It's a nursing bra, people. Do you know what a nursing bra is?
No.
Yeah.
You don't know what a bra is? It the ones that clip up?
Oh.
I'm wearing it right now. Apparently, there's like I don't even know how they work because I didn't wear one when I had my kid. But yeah, apparently it unsnaps right here.
You clip it down. Yeah, there's like a piece of cloth you clip off, and then your boob sticks out of it. You nurse your kid, and then you clip it back on.
Oh, I'll definitely be wearing that on Thursday. Anyway, I just thought that was a funny story.
So your husband's probably going to go around just unsnap those real quick.
No, my
there's
husband's
no
be
like male like equivalent to that. It was like, oh, I bought a pair of undies, but it was the jock strap.
No, well, you guys have so there's this weird underwear that I want to get for Chris that separates the the balls and
that's just more maintenance. Yeah, I don't want that.
I mean, like so it like keeps everything separate and nice and sweat proof.
That might be nice at the gym, but like for every day, like I've had well, I don't know how to tell you this.
Just say it.
I've had
take another drink
of experience of my dick touching my balls, and to separate the two, I feel would be almost cruel at this point.
Because they've spent so much time together that it would almost be rude and inconsiderate to
it's
separate
like splitting
them.
up a family.
Right.
Yeah. I mean, sometimes things shift around, but like they always kind of Yeah, they're always together. They're a package deal.
I'm always so curious. I'm like, our stuff's inside, so we don't really have to worry about bumping into stuff. But do sometimes you guys just like scratch too hard and the thing just slaps down on your balls or something?
Canoli's making noises in the other room. I will tell you that you can scratch too hard and it can hurt, and you hear a lot of whining from the bathroom. Right, Sammy?
I mean, yes, they're exterior, so things happen. I've sat on them.
Oh, I can't.
It's a quick reaction. I didn't just like sit there and go, "Oh, this hurts."
Are you uncomfortable yet, Sammy? Are you uncomfortable?
I would say the similarity is like when I'm laying in bed and I'm like a t-shirt or just nothing on, bra, and my dog like comes up to see and steps on my boob.
Oh, that hurts. Vex gets cat paws pouncing on her abdomen, and she loves it. Don't you, Vex?
I got a titty bite on Easter this year, so
a titty bite.
Yeah.
Listen, May has bit the beef curtains. Okay. All right. When she was a puppy. Puppy teeth. I'm like trying to get over her, like cross over her, and she just goes.
Oh my goodness.
I love that you called them beef curtains. That is
wizard sleeve, whatever you want to call them.
Just picturing it. Hey, what is that?
Oh, she's done it to the armpit too. She does it to the armpit.
So it's kind of like the opposite of dog bites dog.
Yeah.
Lance, thank you for staying up late to hang out with us. I hope all is well over across the pond.
Not a cat I would like her to bite.
All right, here. If Lassie isn't shit-faced, full emotional in 20 minutes, I'm reporting the stream. All right, we'll see what we can do. There's my favorite White Bear. Thank you so much for hanging out.
White Bear.
Sassy, once again, I'm just back from my 1980s clubbing night. Only been here for 2 minutes. Sassy is already talking removing garments. I mean...
Did you pick up any girls, Lance?
Ooh, yeah.
I know Lance has games, so I'm curious.
No, honey. That's called Lance has what's called Riz. That's what the kids say. You have to have Riz. Yeah. Right?
That sounds too close to jizz. I'm not going to use that.
Yeah.
I really want to go clubbing with him, but I don't think I could keep up with it.
With who? Lance?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think so. But you would have to be his wingman, wing woman.
Oh,
I would love to be Lance's wing woman. I love to go clubbing.
I would love to get him mad puss while we're out.
Oh, here's a question.
I hear your husband in the back.
Yeah.
Wow.
Has this ever happened to you, Sammy? Your dick touching the toilet water.
Oh,
Cannoli said that happens all the time. That's disgusting.
Wait a minute. Wouldn't it be your balls?
If
unless your husband's got like a 16-inch schlong there hanging.
It's a package deal.
It's a package deal.
No, but sitting on your balls is a real.
Sitting on your balls is a very real thing.
My friend's pit bull once lightly bit my dick, and I punched it like Ernie Shea. You know what? I want to say that is true because he has said this before. He's not making this up. I remember this comment in one of my streams before.
I know somebody who's gotten a bee sting on their dick when they went to go pee. Like because you guys like to just go pee wherever you want. Whatever. And by who I know, that would be my father.
I got one for you guys. I was at my friend's house and they're normal, but their friend was a terribly awful hipster. And one of the things she had was a furless cat.
Okay. Like one of those Sphinx cats?
Yeah, whatever you call it, Mr. Bigglesworth after the freeze.
Okay.
And the cat was very friendly, very nice, but it was often quite cold, so it would snuggle up to you when you sleep. Well, there was one night they had like a banger party, and I drank too much and I fell asleep on the couch. Well, the cat fell asleep in between my legs, and I was feeling under the blanket and I felt something very warm and scrotum-like, and my first thought was, holy shit, I passed out with my pants off. And then I looked down and I was like, oh, thank God it's the cat. And then when I told this to the hipster, she goes, don't fuck my cat. And I was like, that's not what I was saying at all. She was a dumb too. Like she was a real
she's a hipster, so of course, yeah.
Yeah, but it was like she looked at me like, and everyone else was like, that's not what he said. I was like, I thought your cat feels like a scrotum. That's all I'm saying. If that's too high concept for you, I don't know how to.
Maybe she was just jealous that the cat was canoodling between your legs and not hers.
Oh no, she hated me. Because she would always say like things. She would like vegans will try to. I've never understood this about vegans. They will do things where it's like, oh, this is a burger, and I was like, well, if you don't like actual burgers, why would you emulate the food that you think is evil? And so she'd be like, and it has mushrooms and beef. I was like, so it's fucking gross, right? Like, she's like, it's not gross. You didn't even try it. And I was like, I tried it. It tastes like stir fry. It doesn't taste like a burger. I mean,
that stuff's actually bad. Worse for
you. May I interject? As
the vegetarian, go. Sorry.
There's a difference between vegetarian and vegan.
Yes, that is correct. And some of the vegan stuff is nasty as shit. But the reason why, just to clarify, the reason why you like the flavor of the things, but you don't want to hurt the animal. So we are hypocrites. We like the taste, but we don't want to hurt the animal. So I like to eat things. God, this shit's going to get clipped out. I like to eat things that taste like meat.
Zach. We already have a clip like that, actually.
We sure do.
Zach, no animals were harmed in my story.
Oh my God. Yeah, we don't. That's true. Not all of us have clips of people jerking off their animals. Nadia, you missed that whole stream. I was on that. Was I on that stream? Were we on that stream, Cannoli? With the dog?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, we were. So, yeah, there was this guy who's like, yeah, so I jerked my dog off. And his friend's like, I'm sorry, what? And he's like, yeah, I just feel like.
It was the owner of Rumble.
What?
It was the owner of Rumble that said it.
The
He's
owner
like,
of
that's why
Rumble?
that's why he
Rumble?
started it. That's why he started it. He's like, I was so sick of getting kicked off Facebook. I wanted to show people how to
It's like
correctly
that-
jerk off their dog.
That
Oh.
woman, I don't know if it was a spoof, but got caught in a church parking lot fucking her dog.
That's like a thing now. They're trying to regularize
It's so weird
regularize
to
that.
me. It's so gross.
Because it's
Like,
weird.
Oh,
My
too
my
far.
best
You've
friend's
gone
wife
too
is an
far.
ER nurse, and sometimes when these women do that stuff with the dog's penis has a different shape.
Oh, no.
And it gets caught in women, and they have to go to the ER with the dog inside of them.
Hold on,
Are
hold on.
you
hold on, hold on.
uncomfortable yet, ladies?
My husband and daughter in the other room going, "Bro."
Yeah.
Hold on,
it's
no. I'm
gross.
curious. Hold on. So that
Go ahead.
means for some of these chicks to be fucking animals regularly, right? That means that they've had to be run through by men. So everything's already a little loose down there, if you catch my drift.
Not
Hot
necessarily.
dog down the hallway kind of deal.
Yeah, so they need a dog cock to satisfy them.
What? Yeah, no. Or what if they just can't get any play at all and dog cocks?
Well, they
all the
don't want to
time?
ask
No.
for consent anymore. That's probably it.
There's no consent with the dog. It's
I
an
know,
animal.
that's
You're
why
not
they
supposed
do
to
it.
have sex with
Straight.
animals.
Listen, last
Straight
week we
to
were
the wood
talking about
chipper.
fucking a tree, and there's no consent there either. So people just fuck whatever they
Straight
can.
into the wood
People
chipper.
marry
Anybody who
trees.
fucks
People marry
animals,
dogs.
anybody who messes with kids, straight to the
People,
wood chipper.
Anita Sarkeesian
Trees, I don't
just
care.
married
Go fuck a
herself.
tree. I don't care. You want to go put a hole in a tree and fuck a tree? Go for it. Whatever.
Yeah,
Be a tree hugger.
I think the Romans fucked rocks.
The Romans
But
fucked
that-
a lot of things.
Yes, they
Bex
did.
is right though. Bex is right. Oh, hi, Squeaka. And Jan is here.
Ah.
Squeaka Dempsey walked in at the wrong time.
Jana,
Only a
Jan-
tiny Korean
my
vagina
Persian
would-
sister.
only a tiny Korean vagina would be satisfied by a dog dick.
Okay, well, you're maybe thinking of like these little tiny dogs. My dog is close to like 80 pounds, and I made my wife take him when he had to go get neutered because she's like, well, why can't you go? I'm gonna feel bad. I was like, I know what he's losing because he had a big old set of dog balls on him, and frankly, I wanted to put him out to stud. He's a great dog. Yeah, he's my buddy. And then the next time we took him to the vet, like he like pissed on the floor and like tried to run out, and she's like, he's never acted that way before. I was like, until he woke up in a cage without his balls. That would probably change your perspective on like going to a place. Like before, they would just like pet him and say that he's healthy and give him a milk bone, and then like on visit 5,
Cut him off.
it turned into a Serbian movie.
Squeaka.
Holy shit!
I think
you have to
everybody
drink
should.
2 things.
Cheers.
Oh wow, Squeaka! Holy fucking shit!
She comes out of nowhere like a ninja mouse. Drop shit, and then she.
I'm telling her and Corey have like single-handedly funded this channel. Like I am so appreciative.
It's the reason why we're gonna have margaritas next week.
Holy shit, Squeaka! Oh my god, the thank you clip isn't enough. I'll take another shot. Sorry, I have to do
Squeaka
the.
just gifted me a
asked for.
subscription the other day. Squeaka.
Yeah,
Squeaka's
Squeaka is amazing. But I have a full stomach, so I think we'll be okay. I mean, it'll
man.
last longer. Right?
I'm literally pressing X for doubt right now.
Bex, do
Wow.
you have control backstage controls?
I do not know.
You'd have to log back in. I'm okay so far. I'm fine so far.
Okay.
I will let you know when I'm starting to feel like I'm losing control.
We'll know. Believe me, we'll know. We'll know.
Yeah, I know you'll know because I'll go, oh, Sammy, you're so
I love you so much.
like I had to apologize to Vex because I was like very single white female one stream and it was very disturbing. And I
didn't
wanted to let her know that I loved her, but I didn't need to be inside of her. or whatever.
I still loved her, but you didn't need to be insane.
All right, Suika, this is for you. Thank you, my kind friend. I appreciate you very much.
You want to give a little ASMR? Or are you just up here because you're annoying?
Oh,
Oh, by the way, I'm drinking out of the Twin Towers.
Oh, Jesus.
This is still all I have, but I'll come back with the Vegas one. I
Does
promise.
it say never forget on
Yes,
there? Because that would be
sure does.
hilarious for a shot glass.
That's what we'll do Wednesday. We'll go get some pizza when we meet you guys up, and we'll go to Fremont. We'll go look and get some matching shot glasses.
Yes, that would be great because yes, so we actually, true story, right? Let's see, it was September. We went October of the following year, so like a year and a month later, and saw this trap. I mean, it was awful, but we did buy some New York stuff, and I think Cannoli grabbed this, and it's the only shot glass we have. And I figure it's a little bit more responsible than my Italian horn. And we are 27 minutes in, and we haven't gotten any topics. You're welcome.
I was there a year after as well. And I went with my dad, myself, and my sister. And my sister looks very American, I guess. Blonde hair, blue eyes. Can't tell she's Middle Eastern. At this time, I had darker hair, okay? My dad, full-blown Middle Eastern. My sister had everything. Cell phones, everything on her. They let her go through. They pulled me and my dad and pat us down and everything. I was like, but she's the one with all the electronics. She's just walking by. She's fair, very fair skin, blonde, blue eyes, the whole mix. And here I'm very Middle Eastern looking. My dad pulls us aside, pats us down, does the whole thing. I'm like, you guys, this is stereotyping.
I'm not, listen, I'm not going to lie. I love you, Nadia, but I'm not going to lie. On that flight, we took the red eye. And yes, I did have to drink. I offered my mother-in-law drink. I brought the little bottles of alcohol and because I was so free. I'm afraid to fly anyway. But I did look at every single person walking on the plane. And if they looked questionable, I judged. And but the thing is, though, true story. If Cannoli wraps his head a certain way, he looks Middle Eastern. He's got the bigger nose, the bigger eyes. No, I'm telling you, I'm going to have him do it next week. I'll give him a towel at the hotel. I'm going to have him wrap himself. You'll see what I'm talking about. He looks Middle Eastern. But it's because he's darker and he's got like the bigger features.
Italian, yes. My dad will tell you that Middle Eastern people conquered Italy at some point, and that's why half of it looks darker than and the northern.
I'm Sicilian. I didn't know that Middle Eastern
Sicilian as well.
Existed.
Yes, so
so when I would run into Middle Eastern people, I just assumed
they're Italian.
Yes. Yeah, no, so I'm Sicilian as well. I want to say hi to Gooch is here. Thank you very much for stopping by. And somebody else, what is this? Sammy's going to be in an existential crisis when Blassie asks him if he loves her. No, I'm going to be okay. I'm not going to cry. I'm going to listen.
The answer is yes, Blassie.
These White Claws are making me sweat balls. I'm going to go put a t-shirt on. I'll be right back.
Yeah, you're good. You're good.
You're good. Yeah, we're here. We might actually get to a topic. Oh, real quick though, I wanted to wish you guys something. Cecil is the best. Have I seen this person before? Thank you for stopping by. Cecilia was conquered by the Moors. Okay. Oh, Sicily. Is that supposed to be Sicily?
Mm-hmm. And the pharaohs were black, and
didn't they rape all the women that were there?
Probably.
Okay.
That's why I always get pissed off when people always talk about like Columbus Day. It was like, oh, the Vikings discovered it first. I was like, do you really think that the Vikings treated the natives any fucking better? Like the Vikings, people known for being scary as soon as they fucking show up.
I will do you one better. Do you think other natives treated natives well?
Absolutely. And you know what? If you want to get on anything, the whole difference between all of this is, I don't think Native Americans had immigration law. So everyone shut up.
Matt, me too. Mom, what in the world is your thumbnail? Oh, that's Lizzo because she's quitting. We'll get to that. To that.
Yes. Detroit favorite Lizzo.
I'd like to wish you guys something real quick. Just a moment. Happy Gapril. Happy Gapril.
What the fuck? I thought they had June.
They do.
No, they well, listen. Sleepy Joe gave them Easter this year. And now we've given them Gapril because it just sounds great. So we're uplifting and celebrating our LGBTQ plus community. So everyone, happy Gapril. You're welcome.
All right.
Yep.
Well.
Yep. How are you feeling? You feel better, Nadia?
Yeah, better being in a t-shirt.
Good. Okay, so, real quick, everyone, this is fun, real quick, because you guys keep gifting me subs, and I'm so appreciative. We've added one more emote to the mix. We've got Celine Dion, everyone.
Hooray for me!
Celine Dion. Listen, I was eligible for one more, and we did Celine Dion. There's, of course, Drunk Sassy right there if anybody's interested. So yeah, I just wanted to tell you all we have a new emote if you'd like to. Squeaka donated 50, and I haven't seen Sassy take 2 shots. Wait a minute. Wait, whoa. Does that mean that it's 25 a shot and I have to take 2?
Well, what did you set as?
No,
yeah,
you
said 25 was 1, so you need to do 2 shots for Squeaka.
Yeah.
I thought we all did a shot on her behalf.
Hey, we got to at least one topic.
Yeah,
I
dog.
I've got more.
Yeah, I guess.
I've got more. You know what? Because this is such hey kid, can you get me a croissant?
Okay. Here's where's my phone? Here's the story that I found, or this was on Twitter earlier, and I sent this to everybody that
By the way, Sammy's in Twitter jail, and it's bullshit.
Again?
It is.
Are you still in Twitter jail?
I had 6 days for saying hop on in. Oh shit! I did it again.
Wait a minute. Hop on in where, Sammy?
Huh? To the wood chipper, to pedophiles. No, to a stream.
Oh.
I'm taking another shot.
I was telling people to hop on in. If they would have said,
bots can take nudes in bio and puss in bio, but you say hop on in for a stream.
I saw a Haitian dude bite another dude's dick off on Twitter the other day.
Hey, I know somebody that posts dick pics, and that's fine.
Okay, where was it? Okay. DNA analysis suggests that Iron Age leader was non-binary.
Who?
It was a Iron Age leader. So a warrior buried 1,000 years ago may have been non-binary.
How the fuck can you tell by digging up
DNA testing? Apparently, even though that's all bullshit anyway. It was not the DNA testing. No, here I'll elaborate further.
Okay,
he had Klinefelter's disease, which is kind of it's an intersex, which I believe that only happens in males anyway. But
wait, intersex, is that where you have a penis and a vagina?
Yes, but these people like to abuse saying, since if 100 people say they like rice and one person says they like rice cauliflower, they want to pretend like rice cauliflower is the norm. It's ridiculous. It's an abuse of facts. It's abuse of words, and you have a whole group of people who really aren't represented because they don't want to be represented. They just want to go along with their regular lives. Anyone who's intersex has any sort of chromosome disease like that, they tend to actually identify as one sexuality, and they just want to move on with their lives. They're not out, marching around during Gapril.
Well, back then, I don't think gender, the study of it all even existed at that point.
No, you would have been burnt as a witch if you even said any of those things. I hate all of that stuff. I'm not even saying those people shouldn't exist. It doesn't matter. A lot of it is just
I'm gonna say they shouldn't
attention-seeking behavior. Okay, I have gay friends. I was like, there was never any sort of issue back when I was like a little bit younger.
Can I just say something, Sammy, real quick? Do you know who Josh is? Josh McDonald in our circle?
Yeah.
Okay. Did you have any inkling when you first met him that he was gay?
No. And
why?
That's the point.
Why?
Because he has a personality and not an identity.
Thank you. Thank you. That's my point right there.
It's astounding to me.
Congratulations, Boosh.
Oh,
Congratulations. He has a black friend. I think we all have at least one. But that's
I
my
have a-
point. Oh, here he is. He just
I have
showed
a
up.
black stepfather, so that looks like
AJ!
Tupac.
And there's our black friend. That's everybody's black friend is AJ. Good to see you, AJ. But no, that's the thing. Oh, well, if you're getting a picture of Josh's asshole, then yes, you might think he's gay. But that's my point too. And this is what I talk about on my Sunday show. Squigga is the black friend. This is what I talk about on my Sunday show. It's maddening that people now everybody is about their sexuality and not about who they are. I had no idea Josh was gay because Josh is just Josh to me. And I use him quite often as an example only because he is what the gay community should be, just human beings that have a different sexual preference than I do, but that's not who they are as people.
Well, before that's what it used to be, is like all we want to do is be accepted. And then, a couple
why do
years
you need
later,
to
it was
be
like, I just
accepted?
want to roll around in my booty shorts on rollerblades and in public on a Wednesday during a parade. And it was like, okay, I'll even give you that because
Yeah.
it's pride. You want to be happy. It was like, and now it's everything. And these people talk about like, oh, we're underrepresented. I was like, I can't think of a show in the last like 5 years where there hasn't been like a gay or trans character. Like, and trans characters are
But it's
trans
so
people.
stupid.
They're like this much of the population.
But
I
if
was
you,
like,
like Josh
The
even
problem
said,
is they don't utilize it properly in storytelling as something as a background thing. They use it as personality trait, like as the forefront. They don't show any type of suffering, growing as a character, even like real innocence, real trauma. They use it as like, hey, this person comes from this background, but it doesn't matter. They're gay, they're black, they're Asian.
yeah, I've been saying it for years.
Yeah.
Being a black lesbian with half your head shaved is not a superpower. So like, and all these knucklehead writers, they get together and are like, we made Robin gay. And I was like, okay, the dude who like fights crime with Batman and like little green like booty shorts, not that far of a stretch. There's been like 3 or 4 Robins.
They use it as
but my
a
thing
personality
is,
trait.
Robin fights crime and fights ninjas on rooftops. Who he sleeps with is the least interesting thing about him. If you want to like read a relationship comic, go read Archie. Like,
yeah, but even Archie got weird too because I watched Riverdale and that was fucking weird. I was like, I watched my daughter has binged Riverdale and we're like, that shit got really fucking weird too. So,
Riverdale is a fan fiction of Archie comics. That's
wait, have you seen Riverdale? Okay,
no.
Tell me, because I know nothing about the comics. How far-fetched is it from the comics?
From season 1, it's completely far-fetched from it.
Okay,
It's literally a fan fiction. Like they just let's take the concept of these characters and just drop it into like a CW youth drama and make it.
Okay. Archie comics used to be like Happy Days. It used to be like two white bitches fighting over like a red-haired guy with freckles. It was like, and then there was like Jughead and whatever. I've never even read
did they have all those weird Powers seasons in where they
no. The last couple of seasons they just went, well, let's just give them fucking superpowers at this point. Like, no, it
just shows these hack writers. Like, I'm pretty sure they added like a lesbian ninja turtle.
Honey, I took 3 shots already.
Yeah, no more for Sassy. Sassy until she eats a croissant.
I'm okay. I'm eating, but
I
did take 3 shots. So if I need to take more, let me know. But I'm eating. I'm okay.
White Claw. I haven't had vodka in a long time.
Vodka is keto friendly, so I try to stick to the. And I'm going to tell you something right now. Ever since I got trashed the last time, I have a really hard time drinking certain Trulies. But I did buy a small box to take to Vegas to put in the fridge. But I'm okay with this Truly vodka. I'm okay with that. So I'm drinking that with like 7-Up. But
I'm sweating balls because of this. Like,
yeah, no, I do because I'm trying to keep it low.
You're trying to keep your calories down.
Yeah, so I have vodka and I have Crystal Light.
I like Crystal Light. I'm not. Listen, the croissant isn't keeping calories down, but it's going to keep me sober a little bit longer. So anyway. I wanted to Vex, you good, babe?
Yeah, I have nothing to contribute to the alcohol discussion because all I drink is water and tea.
No, that's okay. That's okay. I wanted
Everybody
to talk about
should try to be like Vex. Just drink water.
since
Don't drink this poison.
Oh, my wife swore it off. I don't drink as much as like I used to.
The whole last year, I didn't drink at all. The whole
Yeah,
year.
she
I was
was-
like, you know what, let me try. I even had a wedding. I had meetups, didn't drink at all. Didn't break. Now, occasionally, like I'm not a big drinker, but I'll have like for this or when Sassy's in town next week, I'll have a drink. But
I only drink like when I'm doing my streams and stuff, or maybe I'll have it.
yeah.
Okay, hold on a second. Vex, honey, you there, right?
marijuana
I'm here. I'm here.
I'm gonna need you to
Mhm.
figure out when we can do this movie.
Mary
because
Jane, a lot better.
one, I need to be on the panel, and two, I really think this would make for a good stream. So can you work on that for me?
I've never seen
I mean,
Coyote
we've got the
Ugly.
rest of 2024 planned out, but I'm sure we
Listen,
can.
yeah, 2025 is fine.
What was
But-
the song from Coyote Ugly that everybody was all about?
It's a Leanne Rimes song.
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe somebody can come on and sing it. If anybody wants to sing it, I can drop you.
No,
the
that
link.
was like the
Is it
song for a
worth-
little bit. It's the same. What?
Is it worth watching? Is this movie really worth watching?
No.
It's a
Oh,
terrible
okay.
movie.
It's
Is it?
an early 2000s movie about bartenders who are hot.
Mm.
So like,
Then
yes,
why is Gooch? Why is it up Gooch's Gooch?
because it's the greatest movie of all time.
Listen, it's not bad. I liked it. I watched it. It was fun. Listen, but here's the thing, real quick. I'm going to put this out there. Nobody asked me to be on a movie show because if you tell me to like talk about movies or tell you my favorite movie, I'm an asshole.
What's your favorite movie?
Sassy, with the new projects I'm doing, we'll do a movie. We'll do a movie.
Okay.
stream. We'll
I
do
like
something.
movies, but I don't. Okay, I'm weird. Okay, let me just tell you, I'm weird. If somebody said, "What is a movie that you like will watch all the time that you have to go to?" I don't have one. Is that weird?
No. Mm-mm.
No.
Okay.
I have a
No,
genre that I like to go to. Like if I'm sick, I go
okay.
to that genre that I enjoy.
Okay.
But
Oh, look,
I
I
have
got a little
comfort
super
movies.
chat. Subtle,
I
I
have
haven't
movie-
seen you. Watching this syncs my cycle with the rest of the panel. We do
I was
sync
just-
up sometimes. Hold on, let me do this real quick.
Thank you.
Thank you, my friend. I appreciate it's good to see you, Subtle. I know that you're a
You
busy
just
man and we miss you.
You just gave me a great idea for a project, but I'm not
Okay.
gonna say it because I don't want anybody to steal my idea.
Well,
So we'll
I
talk
was
next
gonna say I'm surprised at your guys' answer at this because like I have comfort movies like where like if I can't sleep or like something that was like I'll throw on a movie that I have movies that I throw on when I'm like cleaning the house or like whatever was just like
Just pull the
it
BA.
kind of keeps me like in a time frame. Like, you know, it was like I've seen Tim Burton's Batman.
I have
Zach's
comfort
favorite
shows.
movie, Schindler's
And
List.
like comfort shows, Seinfeld is on 24/7. If I gotta cook, I throw Seinfeld on. If I gotta fall asleep to something,
I'm like that
Seinfeld
with
goes
South Park. But like Tim Burton's Batman, something like Beetlejuice, Back to the Future, Karate Kid. Like,
Wait a minute. Wait,
on.
Sammy.
Mummy, which is coming
Sammy.
back to theaters in a few weeks.
Back to the Future 1 or 2.
Ooh.
Ooh, that's
2 is the
really
correct
hard.
answer. 2 is
I
the correct
believe it's
answer.
2 simply because like I just remember
2 is the best.
self-tightening laces and going, this is truly the future.
The problem is that like I get so much shit because hot take, I think the second is better than the first because the first one, he wants to fuck his mom. That's disgusting.
He doesn't actually he doesn't want to fuck
His mom wants to fuck him.
Oh, that's
Yeah,
right.
exactly.
Sorry.
Reverse.
Right.
It's like a reverse Oedipus. And it's the same thing with like the Ninja
Scrubs,
Turtles
yeah.
movies. I think that the first live action Ninja Turtles movie is like one of the best comic book adaptations of all
Wait, you don't
time.
like the
I've
one
seen.
with Vanilla Ice?
No, but I say I have more fun watching the second one because just like
Okay.
I was young, I was dumb. I had a couple
I
drinks,
swear you
so-
said this exact same thing to me before, Sammy, about the Ninja Turtles. I've heard this before.
Down to
I've
a
gone on a
one-fold
tangent.
camera.
I'll go grab it right now. Like I have like
I asked the
the
expert. Who's the best?
Wait, hold on. Stop.
What?
collaborate and listen.
That is one.
Oh,
Stop, collaborate, and listen. This is actually
no.
This
That
is
was a
actually
question.
wait. This
I
is
had
my
asked the expert.
Naf, are you just pulling my leg because this is actually one of my top 5 favorite movies?
That's true. You can't have 2 without 1. You can throw 3 away, but you can't have 2 without 1. Oh.
What?
Oh,
Not-
my husband's like 3 is criminally underrated. He is the Back to the Future nerd.
Nas is pulling at my heartstrings. I think he might be trolling me, but this is one of my favorite movies. And I think he knows it. That's why he said that. But I love him.
That's the one with
I've
Phoebe?
never seen it. I know what it is, but I've never
That's
seen
why
it.
I'm an asshole, because this is the shit that I like. I like shitty movies.
I like
It's okay.
shitty movies too, but I like actual like shitty movies. Like that's like
What are you trying to say, Sammy?
I like movies that are so bad they're good. Like you know,
Like Godzilla
I just-
98.
no, actually no. That was a slog.
Godzilla
I
X
thought I was
Kong?
gonna enjoy myself. I fucking hated every second that movie was on
Really?
there. I did not have fun watching it. Like,
You
and
didn't smoke
I
enough.
love watching like shitty movies. Like, I was a Mystery Science Theater 3000 kid. Like, I just didn't get it.
All right, uninspired. Finish your thought. We need to know.
Yeah.
I feel Godzilla
good.
98 is good for those who grew up watching it in theaters, right?
I saw
As
it
a young
in theaters.
kid, you saw it in theaters. You're like, it's a monster movie.
I told
You didn't-
Vex this. No, it's less Godzilla. It's more like the 1950s giant Gila monster.
Mhm.
But it was either that or the Phantom Menace, where I, and I was real excited because my parents, usually my mom or my dad would take me. My parents aren't divorced or anything, but when the whole family went to a movie, that was always like a big thing for me. Like I don't know why, I just always enjoyed it because like I could see my mom and dad's reaction. And I remember seeing both my parents' reaction at the Phantom Menace and Godzilla 98. And that was the first time that either like 9 or 10 or 11-year-old me looked in the theater, and I thought, wow,
God, I'm so fucking
movies
old.
can be bad. Who would have thought that they
But
spent?
back then, it was more about the movie going experience. I debate. than
Yes.
that it's more, and because
Oh my
movies
God.
were a big. The internet really didn't exist. I mean, it did exist, but it didn't exist to the point of where it is. So going to the movies or renting movies over the weekend and stuff, sleepovers. That's where these movies flourished. Where
Okay, do you guys
if Godzilla
remember
98 came out now, everybody would be
Mary
like, this
Shelley's Frankenstein? Like where Robert De Niro plays the monster.
All I know is I
Been
heard
a long
Cannoli make a
time.
weird noise in the other room because he loves Robert De Niro. But was that not? You didn't like that movie? Oh, he
I
said
like
it was
Robert-
shit.
I liked Robert De Niro in that movie. It is probably the closest adaptation of Frankenstein that I
I
can
miss
think of.
Blockbuster too. Cannoli and I used to
do
go on
too.
dates at Blockbuster.
I
But
used to work out one.
I remember because you remember when you would like walk into a theater, sometimes they would have like interactive like posters or something, or not really interactive. It wasn't like a smart screen, but they would have like a display, and some of them would have like flashing lights. I remember the one for Frankenstein, and it looked like a jail cell, and you couldn't see the monster, but it looked like a jail cell, and they had like strobe lights, and I was already afraid. Now keep in mind I was probably like 5 or 6, but like I was scared before like I even knew that the film was. I just knew it was Frankenstein. I knew that was scary, and they had like a fog machine and whatever, and I'm sure they had Robert De Niro's crazy looking Frankenstein, which probably was pretty accurate to the book, but yes, there was that excitement of like going to the theater and not having the internet, and the only way that you knew what movies were coming out were just the posters on the wall, and sometimes these big budget ones would have like a crazy display of like a movie that was, you know, coming your way. And you know, like I do miss having that sense of wonder about going to the movies. It's been ruined. and it hasn't been ruined by the theaters. It's been ruined by putting out predictable garbage for the last couple of years. But
I think Godzilla -1 is one of the few times it felt like, oh, this is a movie going experience. Other than Dune, I get it. Dune was a big thing for everybody. People are polarized on it, but
everybody
I feel
knew that.
overall, yeah.
Everybody was.
Sorry, what did my kid just said? What the fuck? I was gonna try to get to a topic of Liz and her LIZZO.
Okay.
Lizzo and her whining about why she said she was quitting. Why the fuck is that?
Do this in a bathing? Why did she have to do? Why couldn't she have just put on a t-shirt and some pants? Like, why
we wouldn't talk about it then?
Yeah, I put her and Sam Smith in like the same category.
Oh, Sam Smith was on one of my thumbnails too when he was in a dress at Fashion Week. But yeah, so we have Lizzo who said that she was quitting, but we all need a clarification as to what exactly she's quitting. So we'll
if I said it looked like she lost weight, would that offend her?
No, she definitely
does look like she has lost a little bit of weight. She does, actually. If you look at her photos from like a year ago.
But wait a minute,
she doesn't dress for her shape. No, she doesn't dress for her shape at all. She still can dress sexy, but you can.
That was her. Yeah, and that was the thing. There's been Aretha Franklin was big. She used to like dress classy and everything. No one would.
There's a particular way to dress when you are
big girl.
Speaking of Godzilla, I like what you did there, Sassy. That's right. Transition. Yeah, no, I was a big girl for a while, and you have to accentuate your assets. My assets are my top part of me. So you accentuate that and you try to cover up what's not so pleasant. But she wants to explain to us exactly what she meant. Oh, Subtle again. Thank you, Subtle. You've been so sweet. I report Lizzo's waistband to Amnesty International. Okay. Yes, those fried eggs are hanging on by a doornail. So she's going to tell us exactly why she's quitting or what she's really going to do. Basically, she's tired of everybody being so mean to her. So we'll listen.
Brought it on herself.
I'm with you, Sassy, on that, on what to wear. Like for this, would I wear something like this in public or on? No, but if my husband and I had like a private vacation, like somewhere tropical, sure, why not?
Right,
but
right. Yeah. And I will tell you,
no one's going to dress like you're going snorkeling for your goodbye announcement.
Well, here's the thing, though. That's true too. But on the flip side, my kid and I have frequented the water park here in Arizona because it's hot as shit, and I people watch. Okay, and I would never, in front of people, wear something like this. And if I did, I would wear like a skirt or something around to cover my bottom half because I always try to accentuate my top half and cover my bottom half. There's a way to dress when you're what I like to call voluptuous. I was 50 pounds heavier at one point and I struggled with certain parts of my body, but I knew how to dress. You wear tankinis, you wear things that make you maybe not push out at the side. If you're around other people, if you're with your husband, like Nadia said, it's different, but there's certain things that you need to wear, but clearly she doesn't give a shit. So she's going to tell us, right? No. And I don't understand. Like she even matched her eyeshadow to her bathing suit. Like this was all thought out.
I don't think this is a bathing suit, by the way. I think this is a bodysuit because she has her own line, I believe.
Right.
Fabletics, so I don't necessarily think this is a bathing suit. I think this is a bodysuit that she's wearing.
Yeah, she's also wearing a wig.
Okay, here, you want a male perspective? I am tired. If she would just, if this was like a candid, like shot on the beach, and she's just living free, being a bigger girl, bigger girls can be sexy. There's nothing wrong with any shape or size of whether there's plenty of bigger. It was like, even when Adele was bigger, I thought Adele looked looked good because she was out there singing her ass off and doing her thing, and she dressed classy and she wore dresses that fit her body well. What men don't like is being told, like, this is what you want to fuck.
Right.
And if you don't want to fuck this, you're a bigot.
Sure.
Like it's
We're gonna have to talk about this, and then Vex just posted something in our chat that I really think that we need to talk about after this, because having a male perspective here, Vex, I think that this is a good conversation. We're gonna talk about man purses in a moment.
That was me, by the way. Don't get Vex.
Thank you.
It's called
Sorry,
the
the shots are settling in. I'm not out of control. I'm just a little confused. So
get her another croissant.
No, I'm okay. I ate the croissant. I'm okay. I'm hanging in there.
Read what I said to Nadia's post instead.
She said, "What a faggot."
No, I'm going to respond to Bush. Bush, all women can be sexy.
Can I just say something? I was a bigger girl at 50 pounds heavier than this, and I tried to pay attention to what my body type was at the time, and I dressed accordingly. And listen, the bra that I was wearing that is a little bit too big, I was a 38 triple D. So I would accentuate what I had from the weight gain and cover up the things that were not so pleasant, like my bottom half. And I knew how to carry my weight appropriately. I wouldn't wear a belt when I had a fupa. It's not appropriate.
No, Nas nailed it.
Nas nailed it. Oh, here.
But listen, it's just wearing for your body type, because you can be overweight at certain heights too.
Yes.
I'm 5'8". I am a bigger girl, but my weight at 5'8" looks different than on somebody who's 5'2"
or 5'6", like this,
or 5'6".
It's completely different.
So, like,
you're absolutely right.
It's just dressing for your body type, and I'm not saying she's not a pretty person, but I think she does. No, obviously, she does this for attention, right? She wears these things for attention, but I don't know who dresses her to show, like, she could come off very sexy if she dresses herself properly for her body type.
And if she doesn't, I feel bad for her. If she doesn't, I feel bad for her, because
I wouldn't feel bad for her.
If you've ever been like a bigger person, and if you have like an agent going like, no, dance around in this thing that Diana Ross wore 20 years ago, where Diana Ross is a very petite figure, that would be something that would be not only upsetting, I feel like it would inhibit you from doing the best you can on stage. Feeling comfortable would be something that you want to do.
It's called a fuba.
Yes, sorry.
Fuba.
Fuba.
But no, I'm saying, like, I just think it's despicable. They're doing the same thing with I totally think Sam Smith's just doing his own fucking thing, but it's weird. People aren't shaming you because you're big. They're shaming you because you're going, this is, like, this is, if you don't like this, you're whatever. There's plenty of guys that I know that prefer bigger women. Like, it's not, everybody has their own thing. So it was like, and and I think we really all just started drawing a line where it was like, well, if like, trans women shouldn't have to tell you if
listen, if a man wants to become a woman, he's got to get a fupa and deal with it for a year.
Well,
how he likes it.
They don't get to look like,
I think that promotes violence. If you
they don't get to look like Blair White.
Yeah.
Like, I look down and there's like some things there that I have.
Google fupa.
Like my reaction.
Listen, Vex and I don't exactly appreciate how good Blair White looks as a transitioning male.
It's not right. Female. It's not fair, man.
It's not fair. He's fucking gorgeous.
She looks like so for me, Blair White looks like a Barbie doll in a sense. Like a woman who's had too much plastic surgery. So that's why
just take the face off. Like, if the face gives away that she's trans, but just like, she's got a wonderful figure.
That photo you posted a while back, Vex, in our chat about what's the actress? Is it Hunter
If you're a big girl, you gotta go out of your way.
I showed my husband that, and I was like, "Can you tell?" And he's like, "I can tell by the waistline. The waistline gave it away."
It's too narrow.
Yeah.
I think she's a good-looking trans person too, in all honesty.
You know what? I didn't know
I
she
love
was
how you're
trans.
committed to the
she,
part. It's not
'cause
like a
she's
guy
totally cool
with a
about it.
beard and a dress who just wants to do it because he wants to invade women's spaces. Blair committed to it. Like, you want to commit to it? Cut it off. Cut it off.
I have a friend who I knew in grade school, and now he's a drummer in a band, and you couldn't tell by looking at him. And I say him because he's not a fucking asshole about anything. I'll treat you however you want to be treated. I'm not here to give anybody a bad time. But when you shove shit in my face and tell me if you don't think this way, it was like, well, I'm not buying it. Like, not all trans people are created equal look wise. And some people I think are bad actors. Some people I just think don't have the bone structure for it. Or it was like, if you got shoulders like me and you put a bra on, like, it's not going to work. That doesn't matter. If you're a nice person, I'm going to, I'm going to treat you how you deserve to be treated. A lot of these like activists, like trans people, they act like how fucking misfit dudes would act. Like, and you go like, well, you know what? I've never met a woman who would act that way in public. So you're acting like a shitty guy. So like, it was like, so maybe you need to look a little bit further inwards and don't be rude to people.
I do want to ask Blair what her skincare routine.
I know, right? I just want to kind of piggyback off of Shield Maiden real quick. So the person that I follow that I've talked about on my Sunday streams, the cake pop person, I've been actually listening to their daily streams. They stream daily and they're having their bottom surgery next month. And they're talking about how the fact that it is 99% successful and people are very happy with their surgery. I don't know if I believe it either, because if you cut it off, you'll never have another orgasm, is what she says. And I kind of believe that. But these doctors are saying that it's 99% successful in all aspects. But if you look at Jazz Jennings, if you followed her journey, which I have, she can't. So I don't understand the fascination with having your parts cut off. Why wouldn't you just deal with the fact that you were born a male, but you can live as a female with male parts?
And you know what? And I'm all for that. The thing I'm not for is there's a thing going on where they said, hey, it's not even cool. Like, if you have a preference, my preference would be I'm attracted to females.
Right.
It would be bigoted of you when you take someone home and they show you what they got going on downstairs, and for you to be upset when it happens to be exactly what you got going on upstairs. Right. And like, don't be general. It was like, I think this is going to lead to not being upfront about that is going to lead to people being hurt.
Yes. And I think that's why the suicide rate is really going to climb. And Shield Maiden says, I know people who fully transition, they can't enjoy sex the way that they could before. And I really do believe that that is an issue, because you can formulate something from plastic surgery, but the nerve endings and the feelings and all of that stuff that come with your gender, I don't feel like you can recreate that.
I had surgery in my left knee.
Been sued for?
They have
any of this?
Yes, doctors have been sued because doctors, especially like surgeons with stuff like this, it's a different type of practice. It's not like you're going to like a general hospital and asking these things. You go to a specialist.
Yep.
So if they say it's like those same guys who have like extensions in their legs to be taller, they'll say, yeah, I'll make you taller. They don't really want to tell you about the things where it was like, well, if you run at full speed, you might like break your legs, or, it was like, this is a cosmetic surgery. Okay, like I was playing a pickup game of football, and my cleats got caught in a manhole cover, and my body like folded in the wrong way. My knee literally bent sideways, and I had to have multiple. You can touch my knee in certain places. I can't. I can feel my finger touching the bone of my knee right now, but my skin can't feel it because there's nerve damage from all the surgery. If you do that with like your special parts and they tell you you can't have an orgasm again, I mean, I feel like that's just going to inherently, uh, uh,
It's gonna ultimately just send you down
well,
just a black hole. And
the brain is a little computer that's all about stimulation. So, like, what if I told you that, what if I told your brain you could never dream again? Yes, of course, there's going to be detrimental side effects to that. So, like, telling someone they could never have an orgasm again for the rest of their life, what the fuck are you talking about? So
Bush
maybe,
is
just
right
maybe,
though. It's money.
to
It's
print out
all money.
exactly, and yeah, why should the doctors care?
Like, for instance, the person that I'm following their journey who's getting bottom surgery, yes, I make fun of them. I've used them on my thumbnail, but now I'm kind of invested in their journey because I'm curious, right? And this is the one that created my banana split emote and the whole thing. But this person has to be on hormones for the rest of their life. So now this pharmaceutical company knows that this person has to, because they are transitioning, has to be on estrogen for the rest of their life. Therefore, they are going to be on medication for the rest of their life. And that makes these pharmaceutical companies so rich.
Oh, and I want to make it clear, I don't hate these people. I feel bad for a lot of these people. Growing up thinking that you're in the wrong body sounds like a terrible way to live.
Right.
I hate these journalists that try to normalize this shit, and what it was like, I have no one comes to me for the solutions. I think every year colleges should only give out maybe like 5 degrees in journalism. That way I don't have to read like sushi. Why is it racist? No. These people would have less things to bitch about and might actually report the news for once, and then I don't have to hear about. And another thing too, what a terrible way to live. We already think you're in the wrong body, but you think there's like this imaginary group out there that hates you, when really if you really feel this way, I feel like you would just want to be left alone and live the life that you're trying to live with the least amount of flack possible. Why would
Vex is
you?
raising your hand.
Hold on a second. Vex is raising her hand, and I'm Googling, who is Derek Dune?
I don't know. That's what Nos called me.
I would
so
like nothing more than to hear Vex's opinion on this.
Man, I fucking lost my opinion like 3 minutes ago, so I'm just gonna. Maybe I should just.
I'm sorry, I went on a tangent.
Nah, you're good. You're good. I forgot what my point
Derek
was.
is the bully from Stanley's school. The teachers never believed that Derek could bully Stanley, but because Stanley was so much larger, it's Derek's testimony. However, that eventually proves that Stanley is innocent of stealing Clyde Livingston's shoes. What?
That's the plot from Holes.
Oh,
okay. Yeah, you're right.
And Dune is 2 N's, I guess, Nadia.
All right, I'll change it back.
No, well, I don't know. I never heard of it before. Well, here let's talk about this real quick. I wanted to get, because we have a male perspective here, and what I love about this is the fact that Nadia and Vex and I are so split on how we felt about this movie.
I'm out. Bye.
No. I love you, Nadia, and I love the fact that you love Barbie, and I don't hate you for it. I understand your reason. But
I took my mom to go see this movie.
Okay, can I ask you? Okay, so Shakira says her sons absolutely hated it. They felt it was emasculating.
100%. I agree with Shakira.
Okay, you do.
Yes. I took my mother to this movie because my mom collected Barbie dolls, and she knew all the things. It was like when I would take her to comic book movies, like when she took me to see the original X-Men in 2000, and I would be like, well, Sabretooth's name is like Victor Creed, and like she would nudge me, she's like, that's Skipper, that's Barbie's sister, yada yada yada. And they had a pregnant Barbie and it didn't do well. And I'm going like, so I watched my mom nerd out, which was very fun. The only time I really had a problem is when the fucking daughter was on the stage or on screen going, like where her dad was like trying to learn Spanish, and she's like, Dad, that's cultural appropriation. And it was like, or he's just trying to learn a new language. My other problem was, and I think she got Oscar nominated for this, was America What's Her Face.
Yeah.
Even that long drawn out speech where she's like, and women, you can't be too fat, but you can't be too skinny. I was like, the only people who shame women for this is other women, honey. Like,
Yeah.
you just saw me in the other topic. I was saying like Lizzo could look sexy if you weren't shoving it down my throat. I don't care. And that was fine. I thought Ken was the unsung hero of that story. I would like to see it play out differently, but that's a problem when you have activists instead of directors. The Barbie movie could have been absolutely phenomenal. There was just like a couple of things you had to do to change it. And to any dweeb living in his basement saying that Margot Robbie was mid, there's a doll called Barbie. It's been around since I believe the 40s, and they thought that Margot Robbie looked like her. Shut up. And then my last thing is, if anyone's surprised that this is like a feminist hit piece, you shouldn't be, and you should applaud it, because Barbie has been a feminist icon since her birth,
I think about
or
the
since,
70s, 60s or 70s. Yeah.
No, I think it was the 50s, honestly. Because Barbie was already a thing when it was like, I remember
Oh no,
my
it's a
mom.
thing, but it's having the different roles, right? So Barbie transitioned from just being another doll to having all of the roles and stuff.
Bex,
That's what I mean.
I am so happy that I can talk to you, Nadia, and Lady Squatch about this, because I had a better way for this movie to go about.
Can you
'Cause,
hold
like,
on
I
to it
thought
for a moment? Can you hold on
I
for it?
can.
Can you just read the rest of that headline for our
Yes.
viewers that can't, Sassy?
Yes. So I want them to feel powerful too while respecting women. I like pop culture when it attempts to empower women without robbing men of their possibility to be men, to also protect and provide. I believe in giving women all the tools and the trust that we can do it all without losing our essence, without losing our femininity. I think that men have a purpose in society and women have another purpose as well. We complement each other, and that complement should not be lost.
Mm-hmm. All right, go ahead, Sammy. How would you fix the Barbie movie?
Okay. I'll even take all the beginning where, like for some reason the Kens are second-class citizens.
Mm-hmm.
But I would make Ken kind of how he is when he gets like absolute power, and it's just kind of like guys unchecked, because he turns into a frat boy who's like unchecked. I've already seen it. There's plenty of guys that I saw like show up for parties like wearing a fur coat, and and I can't tell you how many guys I've seen play Matchbox 20 on acoustic, and think that makes you special and whatever. Wouldn't it have been better if Barbie and Ken went into the real world, and instead of like shitting all over men and telling them like this is bad and men control everything and yada yada yada, because like I don't want to get into the statistics, it's not great for men. Every situation that was posed in the real world, Barbie knows the answer to, because of all the various occupations Barbie's had in like, or, you know, like, I can fix this. I was an astronaut. I can fix this. I'm a doctor. I can fix this. I've been practicing law in the
Wait a
state of
minute.
California.
There's a little bit of fault in your statement here, because there were Ken dolls, there were doctors. I mean, at some point.
No.
even if-
I'm saying when they get into the real world, Barbie solves all the problems because of all the occupations and wonderful things that she's done throughout history. So she fixes like a satellite going like, I know how to fix this. I lived on a space station. I'm actually certified as a doctor. I've been practicing law in California so you make her kind of a Mary Sue, but you make her a Mary Sue because she's fucking Barbie, and Barbie is at every job. But you don't make Ken a slouch. You know, it's like, it's not, because Ken comes and they give this bullshit thing like, oh, men rule the world, yada yada yada, ride on horses. You know, you get the and then Barbie comes into the real world and she's getting shit on. Barbie should have came equipped and ready to go, because Barbie has had every single fucking job ever. There's like I said, I'm positive there's like a, you know, garbage man Barbie out there. There's an astronaut Barbie. There's a surgeon Barbie. You know, it was like, wouldn't that been way more you know, and also it's a fictional doll that came into the real world. Instead of her being harassed and ill-equipped, wouldn't it have been better if she just like took over and said like, hey, I can do this. Yeah, I can do that. Yeah, I'm fucking Barbie. And, you know, you hoes just have to fucking deal with the fact that I'm Barbie and I've had every job in the last, instead of some weird thing from the girl from Cheers saying like, I created you so women can feel like, and I was like, no, that was American Girl. American Girl had horrible stories written about them, and then they gave you a doll that looked like you. Barbie was supposed to be like G.I. Joe, where, you know, it was like this kind of like uniform looking doll character that you could attribute to any situation, and that was your plaything. They you know, and it's gone through different changes over the years. So why wouldn't you let all of that lore that Barbie had bleed into the real world? So you know, am I wrong? Like, I feel like that would have been way more effective. I thought that's what they were going
in my opinion,
for.
it was a perfect movie. 10 out of 10. I loved everything about it. I think it's a pro motherhood movie. I think while yes, there's a feminist undertone to it, Barbie has always been a feminist. I can understand why people don't like it. I can understand why people are so polarized by it. But to be honest, this movie was out in 2023. Why are we still talking about this?
Well, you call Barbie a fascist in the movie.
I mean, you have to understand though, if this movie was made 10, 15 years ago, everybody would praise it. Everybody would have loved it and stuff.
I
You
don't
don't
They
think
would have
so?
praised it for
Okay.
the
All
effects
right,
and
in my
nothing more.
opinion. But now, because we are so polarized, because we go into movies, not saying we do, but we go into movies looking for stuff like that, I think it was just overblown, and that is my opinion on it. I loved it. I thought it was great. It made me cry. I own it. I will watch it again at some point. But I, again, understand why everybody hates it. But I also understand why everybody's saying Ken's second citizen when Ken was the character that everybody loved from the movie to begin with. Like, but I think we're
because
spending too
Ken
much
was
time
the
on Barbie.
underdog. You
But
put Ken in a situation
But Ken has
where Ken
always
should
been
have been the
second.
hero of that movie.
No, Ken shouldn't be. Ken is an
Ken
accessory for
didn't have
Barbie.
a house.
Ken is an accessory for Barbie. Ken has always been an accessory for Barbie. Ken has never had a house. Ken has always just been Barbie's boyfriend. This movie's called Barbie.
And
It
that's
wasn't called
fine.
Ken.
And if you would have tried to show that Ken wasn't a person with feelings, that was
But
half of the movie.
Sam, I understand your point, but it's a Barbie movie.
Nadia,
The
my
focus was on
favorite
Barbie.
contrarian ever. Listen, Ken got all excited because someone shook his hand and asked him what time it was with respect. Like it was like a second class citizen realized it
But
would.
in all honesty, Ken has always been a second class. Like, it's a Barbie movie. Like, I wish people would understand. I understand why people had problems with it, but it's a movie about a doll, and Ken is an accessory to that doll. He's not the main character. He's not, and love it, right? Kenergy, all these Ken memes, people loving Ryan Gosling for it. I am Ken, gets an EP. I get it.
My wife
But
bought me a I'm a Knuff shirt. She came home after seeing that movie with her mom and said, "I'm very interested in knowing what you think." And then she waited until I gave her my full opinion on it. And like I said, I actually think it's a better film than people give it credit for. I also think it's a feminist hit piece on men. Okay, and it's mostly when they get into the real world. Like, name me any time it was like women still think like there's like a bunch of like rabid fucking men who are like on a work site when a woman walks by and like, yeah, well, fuck
Hey
yeah,
guys,
baby, give me a
hey guys,
call.
can I interject this conversation
Oh,
just real
please.
quick?
I loved your breakdown of this movie.
Oh, thank you. I appreciate that. And I'm very much enjoying this discussion. But the movie came out last fucking summer and I'm
Thank
done
you.
fucking talking about it. Please and thank
So
you.
I would rather talk about why this guy has a dick in a skirt.
Oh my god, I saw this too.
I'm bad at taking pictures, actually. I'm really bad. I'm so bad at it. I'm bad.
Okay, so I just thought I would break up the conversation with a dick in a skirt. All right, we'll go on to our next subject. Yes, Barbie has been, I just thought it was interesting that she had her opinion, and I was just interested in other people's opinion.
I want to say for Shakira's opinion is very based, and I agree with it. I 100% agree with it, especially with raising boys in this day and age. 100% agree with it.
Yeah. No, and it's totally, listen, it wasn't a terrible movie. It just wasn't what I hoped.
No more Barbie. Stop.
No more Barbie. We're done. No more Barbie. We're done.
Okay.
No Barbie.
So here's a question that I have. Okay. So, everybody on the panel now, I unfortunately am not in my 30s anymore.
Charlie Kirk.
But Charlie Kirk had an opinion on women in their 30s, and he basically said, here, let me go back here. Oh, come on, you fuck. God damn it. What did he say?
Fired on Monday.
What happened?
I said, am I going to wake up fired on Monday?
No, you'll be
like
fine.
We're going about Charlie Kirk.
No, this is what we do. But Charlie, what?
Don't talk about Twitter at all. Don't mention the stream on Twitter.
Yeah, there you go. So Charlie Kirk says that women in their early 30s are not at their prime and not attractive in the dating pool.
Did you play the clip or? Okay.
Let's play the clip for some context and let's talk about it because I would like everybody's opinion on what they think. And then we're going to show what his wife looks like, and she's 35, by the way.
And older
He
than
basically
him too.
told a great generation of young women, don't get married, don't have kids, go get a corporate job. And it's created mass political hysteria. And then in their early 30s, they get really upset because they say, you know, the boys don't want to date me anymore because they're not at their prime. And people get mad when I say that. Well, it's just true. If you're in your early 30s, I'm sorry. It's like you're not as attractive in the dating pool as you were in the early 20s. But again, you have your corporate job and cats. So I thought, you know, we basically.
So basically, he's saying that women stop it. He's basically saying women in their 30s are no longer in their prime. However, Vex, are you still raising your hand, or is that from before?
Oh no, I put it up preemptively.
Okay, awesome.
Can I start?
Yes,
you know,
you sure can.
First of all, repel the 19th. Okay. I completely I agree to him on some point. Women have been tricked into, and I get it. If you want a corporate career, go for it. You want to be a girl boss, go for it. But women have been tricked into thinking being a wife, being a mother at a young age is bad, right? To be locked in the kitchen is bad. To take care of a family, to raise good human beings is a bad thing. You should be a girl boss. I completely understand where he's coming from. I think his opinion, it has some merit. His execution is poorly done.
If I can just jump in here as well. Yeah, I'm more or less with you, Nadia. I just find this is a problem I have with a lot of these red pill guys is they do
Yep.
very much act like just the left all over again. In which there's a point that they are trying to make that could be genuine and could be valid, but their delivery is so off that it just sounds like radicalized garbage. So like the idea that it's just a single generation of women that have been taught that, oh, you can have a corporate career. This is something that has been ongoing basically since the 60s when women were allowed to get jobs. This isn't something that happened overnight in the last 10 or 20 years.
Since
This
the
has been a
40s.
systematic decline over 60 years.
Yep.
Since the 40s, women have mainstream. Women, like during World War II, women took over a lot of jobs that men.
So like
That was
I
out of
don't count
necessity,
World War
though.
II
Yeah.
because all the men were drafted and whatnot, right? So it's like who's going to fill
But I'm
in?
saying that's opening the floodgates, and then after that ended, what do we do with them? So that's why I always tell everybody to read like a book about U.S. history after 1945, because the entire zeitgeist of the country changed and things were different. Things weren't marketed differently probably until like the mid 60s, 70s, but women were in there. They got their foot in the door. If you want to say it was from the suffragettes, regardless, it doesn't matter. Things weren't different. And I'm gonna flip it up and I'm gonna take it back to movies because that's how I'm comfortable about like expressing things. I have a problem now that every single fucking director goes, I didn't make this movie for you. I didn't make it for the fans. You know, this was an art piece. That was something that these avant-garde 1970s, late 1960s drug-riddled directors would say, and you know, they would really make it an art piece, right? That's not the norm. That's if I worked at Subway and you asked me to make a sandwich and then I gave it to you and you said thank you and I said I didn't fucking make it for you. I made it.
Sorry, how
because
does this tie back to the jobs thing? I got a little lost.
I'm getting there, I promise.
Okay.
So I'm saying all these things people build off of what their heroes say. And I don't even think that women shouldn't have feminist heroes. There's plenty of women throughout history that you should look up to. I feel like at the time when there was a need for a very radical feminine speech, there was a time where you had to say those things, but instead of that shocking people into a certain way of thinking, it just became the norm of the speech, and it has snowballed into this radical thing where yes, now the housewife, the mother, is under attack, when simply most of these feminist icons were originally saying, hey, you don't need to be bound by the limits of thinking that you're a housewife. You're nothing but like a baby factory. You could get a job doing something, when at the time, you know, the husband went to work and the wife stayed at home and tended to the children, and she was in charge of the home front. They were saying, hey, it's okay to get out of that, but they never stopped that way of thinking. So now they have
Just go fucking pee,
villainized.
Sassy.
Oh, I'm
No, because she said
I'm
I
just
have to
saying
pee.
they.
Just go fucking pee.
I'm saying
Oh.
what they were originally were saying was the norm, and maybe speak out against that. And it's okay to get a job, and it's okay to be a career woman. It's now because instead of saying, "Hey, that's okay too," the whole time, it's been villainized now. So like, you know, it's the same thing. It's the equivalent calling a housewife. It's like the equivalent of like calling her an Uncle Tom.
I don't
Alright,
think
yeah.
that's Vex's point, though. The point is that these so-called red pill guys are and Vex, I'm sorry if I'm talking over you, but excluding a certain population of people that they expect to, like, it's almost as if talking down to a woman in her 30s because she's not married by now, but also look at the dating pool, look who she has access to, even if she's looking for a conservative guy as well, because they're all listening to him or fucking Andrew Tate. Sorry, go ahead, Vex.
No, Sammy, I got completely lost on the point you were trying to make. I think you were talking about female idols and women following their idols and then believing that this is an okay lifestyle. Am I on the right
No,
track?
I'm saying at the time, those people that they idolized were speaking in the times that they lived in. So
Okay.
the suffragettes were speaking about women getting the right to vote and, having commonplace, like in the town commonplace. They got that. But that never changed in the next speech. So the next speech was women should be in the workplace. Women should, it should make no difference if it's a guy or a girl working. And then that speech didn't change. So it got radicalized as it went on. So the traditional got villainized more and more as it went on.
I think you're
So
giving way too much credit to the people.
I
So
might.
if we're looking at women's suffrage as a purely organic manifestation of a movement, which it most definitely isn't, and there's enough evidence to prove that, then I would hope then that a movement that was able to just come about on its own would understand to adapt to the times. I think what instead we maybe need to look at is that there is a very intentional, there's some puppeteering going on. I think that's
I agree. I agree with that too. But I'm two things can be true at once. So you have, it's very hard for me to tell my mother, that she's not a Democrat anymore. And if she talked to a regular Democrat walking down the street, even though I think she voted for Carter or some shit when she was 18, that these people now would eat them alive. It was like, Mom, you're a centrist. You're not on the left anymore. The whole political spectrum has shifted so dramatically to try to get us embrace things that 20 years ago, even 5 years ago, would be just completely out there and in outer space, and you would go, wow, that person wants something completely different than what they say their goals are, because that's a big thing about.
All right, I'm going to interrupt and we're going to go on to our next topic because we only have 30 minutes left.
Did you play the clip from the dumb bitch that responded to Charlie?
No,
Kirk?
Let's do that. I was going to do the boob fight, but let's play her clip. I agree.
Because I really like that clip. I really like that clip.
She's right here. I got you. Hold on 1 second. Hang on. Okay. So this girl had a response. Charlie,
I never break my silence on this issue because it's so vitriolic, but the time.
Oh, I know.
We're seeing a lot of the commentary surrounding birth control, and once again, women not being in their prime in their 30s, but being in their prime in their 20s. Now, these are both sentiments that I actually agree with. However, and this is a PSA for all men on the right wing, we really need to work on our delivery of our messaging to women. There is a reason why women are leaning more towards liberalism and men are leaning more towards conservatism. And there is a reason why men are drawn more to that Andrew Tate-esque style of commentary and women are averse to it, because guess what? Men and women are different. Now, I completely agree with all of these sentiments of women should be mothers as soon as possible. They should stay at home with the family as opposed to being in corporate life. I agree with the sentiment that birth control is bad for us. It's bad for our brains, and it changes our physical and mental structure, essentially. I do agree with the sentiment that we need strong men in society and that feminism is a lie that a lot of women have fallen for. I agree with all of that, but to every single right-winger who is
Repel the 19th.
Notice pattern where they try to talk to women like they talk to men. And that's why we're losing a lot of women in the right wing, because guess what? Women aren't men, and you can't talk to women the same way you talk to men. When it comes to men, you can do the Andrew Tate style, like be very bold, be very assertive, be very upfront, because that's what men understand, and that's how you do have to talk to men. You just have to be super upfront with them. With women, because we are more emotional creatures, you do have to have a softer and much better approach at talking about these issues. So when we have this wide variety of right-wing men telling women, yeah, once you turn 30, you're not in your prime anymore, and you're not as attractive, that messaging to try to push people to get, specifically women, to get married earlier isn't going to hit as well. So again, I haven't even wanted to touch this issue, because I guarantee you down in the comments below, you're going to see people saying,
Yeah,
oh,
you can stop it now because there's nothing else useful. So I wanted to do this clip because this is a prime example of yes, like Nadia said, repeal the 19th, but why women shouldn't be in politics at all. This woman is a political commentator. I can't remember for which
I think it's for Blaze.
Okay. Yeah.
Or at least
And
she used to work for Blaze.
okay, and
or
she's
something.
saying that in the political sphere, well, she says in the comments of this tweet that it's about culture, not politics, but culture is downstream from politics. But that we need to talk to women differently if you want to get them on board. And my thinking
Absolutely.
is that when you are talking about politics, when you're talking about you know what, economics is a better example. If you're talking about economics, you don't talk about it like you're talking about fucking like cookies and cakes in a bakery. You give straight terms, you give facts, you give figures. There's no bias, there's no emotion, there's no allusions to that.
I'm
It
sorry,
just
women
is
don't
what
like
it
that.
is. And you do the same in politics. When it comes to politics, yeah, you have the videos and in the different what do you call the rooms that all your politicians like meet in? What do you guys call it in the States?
Like a
Like
cabinet
the
room, or
Senate, are you
Yeah,
talking about?
Senate or
And
cabinet. Yeah, there's all those videos of people like arguing and it's kind of
yeah,
semantics and it's
the
funny and
war room.
whatnot. Yeah, but when it gets down to brass tacks, when it gets down to talking about like actual laws or legislation or policies that want to be enacted, it's all in gray terms. Or not gray terms, sorry. It's all in black and white terms. So you're telling us that men need to adapt their thinking because women are too fucking sensitive and too fucking stupid to understand very simple, very unbiased language. And on top
I,
of that, I lost my fucking train of thought.
Shit.
just my thing. Just live your fucking life. Fuck it.
no,
You want to get married in your 20s, have kids. Get married in your 20s,
and
have
that,
kids. No, that's an option. You want to be a girl boss, be a fucking girl boss. But I agree with you. It's as if you need to simplify the language as if we're dumb, like we don't understand what's going
no,
on in
Yeah.
culture and
I've
such.
had the same conversation with my wife than my best friend, and told them the same amount of information, and had to change it just simply because my wife has a different perspective. She perceives words in a different way. Like when I was dating her, she would say like the word fine took years and years of me telling her that fine means to me okay, good, like
Yep.
But
right. It
that's
didn't
your
have some
communication.
underlining.
But that's your communication with your wife, though, versus speaking to thousands and thousands of
A
millions of
general
people,
audience.
generations and stuff.
A-
It's different.
and that's fine. But what I'm saying is that has no business in politics. Like I said, my favorite example, my favorite quote ever is from AOC. Is I would rather be morally correct than factually correct. And I still to this day will answer, bitch, it's impossible to be morally correct if you are not factually correct. Because if you do not have your facts straight, you cannot make the right decision. And if you're not willing to take things that offend you out of the equation, because simply you don't like a word, or thing was like, oh, what's a word that makes all women moist? Women, if they just
Not
hear
all
that,
women.
okay, in general, they go like, even some men do. But I'm saying it was like, if you can't take that out of the equation and realize the rest of the sentence, and you let your emotions dictate how you're going to react to that sentence, you're not going to make the right decision.
Yeah, no, you're right. You're 100%. Yeah, that's kind of, yeah. Shieldmane has a good comment here. This may be an unpopular take, but women cannot have it all. If you have
Agreed.
both a career and a family, one of those suffer, resulting in the generation we have now.
That's true.
Yep.
I agree.
That's true with guys. Okay, you know how many guys I know that are in their I'm 36 now. Like, I played music in Detroit all of my life. There are plenty of guys that I know who they're weekend warriors, guys like me, where I go like, hey, I have like a couple of shows this month. Like, I'm not going like, if South by Southwest Festival like asked me if I wanted to be like on a like minor stage, which I did when I was younger, I would have to go, no, I have a full-time job. I have a wife. I have a house. Like, I can't just like travel around the country like I did when I was in my early 20s. It doesn't compute. So like, but there's guys who would say yes right now and go do it. So you
Can I tell you what women
have.
Here's what women should really just stick to. Here's what women should say. Now, here's the thing. I'm a woman who, my bra size at one point was 38 triple D. Okay. So I have a fight in this game right here. We're just going to go to a
You
lighter
should reenact this, Sassy, when you come next week. You want to reenact it when you come next week? Let's do this. I got 42 double Ds. Let's go, girl.
All right. All right. So here we go. Listen, the nursing bra I bought was a 38 double D.
I'll
so
snap those things right off.
I've lost a D, but here's what, listen, women shouldn't vote. Women shouldn't have an opinion. Women should just work and bear children, and they should fight with their tits.
Yes.
So,
well, women should just
here we
listen
go.
to women. Let's go. This is gonna be me and Sassy next Thursday.
I don't listen. I'm gonna mute it because I'm afraid that there might be.
The
that I got in
music.
trouble for.
Yeah.
But just watch these women. First of all, Asians don't normally have big tits, so I'm very surprised that.
Oh,
I think those are fake.
Those gotta be fake. They have to be fake.
So this is exactly what women should be doing in their day-to-day lives. Look, see that? See, that's me right there. I'm the one with the big tits, and I would just be.
I think that would be me because you're shorter than me, so I could probably hit you in the face with mine.
No, well, there was women who were very much against the suffragette movement. Like they.
We're not talking about suffragette movement. We're talking about tits now, okay?
Yep, this is what women should do. This thing right tits. There. That's me and Nadia.
This is what the suffragist movement has led us to. Tits fighting, okay?
We're gonna bat tits next week. That's what we're gonna do.
Cage fight.
I wanted to play that, and then hold on. There was another funny thing. Okay, so hold on. Let me see what I wanted to play. There was one more funny. Oh, listen. Women can bear children. We can run a household. We can work. We can vote. But we can also fucking change a tire. All right? So I just want to show you all right here. Women can do it all when we know what we're doing. So I'm going to show you this real quick.
Oh, yeah, trucker girl.
I was raised by a mechanic. I can change a tire.
I was raised by a mechanic too, but he never taught me how to change a tire. But here we go.
My uncle was one. Oh, hell yeah.
Hey,
yeah,
guess what? Guys love watching you do it.
Did you see the clip of Sydney Sweeney, who she's like repairing cars and the whole 9 yards?
No.
Here,
yeah.
I got a good one for you. I went to an all guys high school, and I was involved.
Sounds pretty gay there, Sammy.
Yeah.
No, it taught you how to hunt. I went to 7 proms when I was a senior. You know why? Because I was a nice guy and I was funny, and everybody's friends talked about me. And Western Tuxedo gave me a fucking free one because It doesn't matter. Fuck you, Vex. No. No.
It does sound pretty gay.
But we had
were you at prom with guys or were you at prom
No,
with
they were
women?
all girls and they all fucking asked me, Nadia. Thank you very much.
Did you
And,
double check that they were girls?
I went to Grosse Pointe North and Grosse Pointe South. Thank you. I had all the Grosse Pointe colors. No, so what I'm getting at is, and here's another thing. So I was very much involved in high school. So I played on the football team. I was on the wrestling team. I managed the hockey team, and I played on the lacrosse team. But I was also in chorus. You know, and I was in all the plays. And one of the things at your school was like you built your own sets. Well, we had a sister school, and one day, and my sister also went to that sister school, and I
is
had
that
just
who
got.
you went to prom with 7 times with?
I will end you. No.
I'm just a curious person.
Yes, I took my
Tammy.
sister
I'm
to
just
prom
asking
7 times.
questions.
I have to go. No. So
Sounds pretty fucking
I
gay.
saw a bunch of girls working with power tools, building their sets for their spring show.
Yeah, it's called being
And
a theater tech. I was one too.
yes,
Built
a
sets
theater
all the
tech,
time.
you know, but at my school, all the guys were doing that shit. And I walked in, and there was a friend of mine who would go to all of my school's plays, and she had a power drill in her hand, and she was, you know, putting the set together, and I stopped in because my sister was sick. Oh no.
I'm just wondering if this is
Is this who you went to prom with? Yeah, Jinx.
No.
Jinx, Sassy.
No, she wouldn't. They were Catholic schools, so he wouldn't have been
Wait,
allowed.
what?
there.
You're saying that this doesn't look Catholic to you? I don't know. You're being a little bit of a bigot.
How do you know
here.
they're not Catholic?
Borak
Yeah.
aside, my comment was after they were building their sets, I looked around and I said, wow, it's nice to see girls doing something for a change. And this girl lost her shit because she goes, oh, you think girls don't know how to use tools? And I was like, Jen, I go to an all-guys school. It's nice to see girls doing anything for a
Bring
change.
that clip back up, Sassy.
Oh, sure. Yeah, absolutely.
Has lost some weight.
Are you sure?
I think so.
Okay, let's look. Hold on.
I think so.
Hold on.
I think so. A little. I mean, still heavy, but I think Gorlock has lost some weight since the whatever podcast.
Listen, I watched Gorlock Get Ready With Me videos, and it's very, very disturbing.
Send them to me. I love those videos.
It's on the
I like
TikTok.
Gorlock. I'm Team Gorlock, to be honest.
Yeah, me too. TikTok.
Oh, make your money.
Wait,
babe.
didn't Gorlock say some really base shit the other day?
Gorlock, okay, listen, Gorlock looks like a fool. Let's be honest here, okay? But even when he was on whatever, I was like, Gorlock, I like you, boo. You're not half bad. You're a tranny I'd get along
I
with.
would hang out with Gorlock.
Yeah.
Night, come here. Let's do this, boo. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, come on. Look at the way he takes that straw.
Oh, that's
Just
a straw. I thought those were chopsticks and noodles.
No, that's
Oh,
These straws here have little spoons, kind of
He's
like
got
a
that
little spoon
tooth
indent
gap.
at the end,
Mhm.
and that you can scoop out the ice on the bottom.
Yep.
Gotcha.
Wasn't
I
that a
don't
thing
eat.
for women in a while? Because women like to judge each other, and like the tooth gap was.
Oh no, the
Well,
tooth
women
gap
are-
isn't really a thing. It's the
Yeah.
makeup and the fashion thing that we judge each other
Mhm.
on more.
I want to
And,
play this
what
one
is
And
the-
if you've had plastic surgery, like we try to kind of see, like, oh, did you have Botox done? Have you had your
Yeah,
boobs done?
you'll never hear guys saying that, and we're like, oh, I think her tits are fake, and it was like,
I mean, some guys
Great.
don't like fake tits though. Like I've
Big
asked my
dicks?
husband, he likes L
No.
natural tits. So I mean,
Oh,
there's like an equation. If it works out, it works out. So, like I said, Lizzo.
I mean, I want fake tits when I'm a grandma. I want like those like 20-year-old like
Oh, you want those big
The ones-
bangy?
no, the ones that are like perky, like they stick up front. You know what I'm
I'm
talking
just
Oh,
about?
gonna
You don't have
get
to wear
my
a
tits
bra?
cut off when I'm.
I will
that
say I
age,
do
in
Yeah.
all
like
honesty.
I do like them
Yeah.
perky. I do like
Ugh.
them looking like
wish-
they have a schedule.
What else do you have on the docket, Sassy?
Well, I have this one where it's basically this woman makes her husband look like an asshole. I have not watched this, but I think
Never seen that before.
I
Is this the
know.
food one?
Is this the food? This is the food one?
Well,
Isn't
is it
it?
the food one where she gives herself a little bit
Yes.
of oh, this is a stupid fucking trend on TikTok.
I
where
haven't seen this.
Can I explain the trend? Let me
Please.
explain this. I've seen these
Yeah.
videos. So it's where a wife will present 2 plates of food, one to her husband, one to herself. Usually she'll put like an enormous, like overabundance amount on her husband's plate and like have a little bit on her plate to see his reaction. 9 out of 10 times I've seen a guy go like, oh, let's split it. He'll like push more on her plate or he'll like switch him around. So she was expecting him to do that. And no offense, you reap what you sow, girl. That's my opinion on this. You're going to try to trick your husband? You reap what you sow. You know who you married.
My wife
You know who you
knows
married.
goddamn well that I'm going to eat way more than she is.
Yeah, there you go. Okay, play the clip, Sassy.
Just think of the weight you're at now and like be at that weight, but subtract some pounds.
Are you not going to say anything about the amount of food that you have on your plate versus how I have like no food on my plate?
No, I assume that was intentional.
Why would that be intentional?
I just assumed you were trying to lose a few pounds.
Why would you assume that?
Because you put less food on your plate.
First
I mean,
of
it's
all,
a logical assumption.
First of all, Cannoli doesn't fucking pay attention to what I put on my
Yeah.
plate. He doesn't give a shit. This is so fucking retarded.
This whole trend is stupid. It's
Oh,
so
for fuck's sake,
stupid.
Cannoli would be like, he wouldn't even pay attention to what's on my plate. He doesn't give a shit. He eats his food and he's done with it.
It's equivalent to women who overly post about their husbands, about all the shit they do and stuff, to go like, look at my relationship, it's perfect. See, and that's what this trend is to be like, hey, look, my husband's perfect, I'm in a good relationship, when maybe you're not. What are you hiding behind the scenes? Like it's like a pick me wife, I guess.
Let me tell you something. If I posted like the going to bed routine that Cannoli and I have, you guys would fucking I wear a bonnet because I'm on a hair journey. He's got his fucking shirt on with no sleeves and he's reading his comics and I'm on TikTok. I mean,
same with mine.
But that's the thing, like it's private. It's not meant to put out there. It's like, you know, Cannoli has a point. So first of all, Roman is right. Maybe he thinks she suffered a head injury, but 2, you know, Cannoli's got this new sense of like the way he's viewing YouTube. And he's like, people put the dumbest shit out there for clicks. And like, this is one of them. And of course we're playing it, but it's like, who would fucking do this? I would never think to do this.
It's to show like
I would assume
she wanted the reaction.
Put something on her plate, like especially like if you've ever gone to a buffet with your significant other. My wife put exactly what she wanted to eat on her plate.
But the thing is, she's following a trend that's it's supposed to be like, hey, we don't have any food but this food, so I'm going to give you the overabundance of it, and then I'm going to just take a little bit of it. And again, the reactions most commonly, what I've seen is men are like, oh, let me, give you half of my plate, or like switch it around. That's what she assumes is going to happen. Instead of this guy's like, we have kids, I'm not paying attention to what food you're putting on my plate.
That's what I'm saying. I was like, maybe in the first like couple years of dating my wife or like living with her before like we had those little idiosyncrasies figured out by like year 5 of marriage. It's like, fuck you, make your own. It was like, but
I don't even know, like I wouldn't even notice this. This is so stupid that Cannoli would not even look at my fucking
This is why
plate.
I hate TikTok. You know what the biggest trend right now on TikTok, or it's not the biggest, but a new TikTok? Look up the fireball challenge. And
there's a woman that went to the hospital, I think today or yesterday.
There's a kid who just got 50% of his body was burned. You know what I say? Good.
Survival of the
I hope
fittest,
it was
like the
his
Tide Pod
genitals.
challenge.
I don't need this person reproducing.
I mean, a couple years ago, we had kids eating Tide Pods. I mean,
I know.
again,
Good.
It's the same women who
Wait,
constantly post about their relationships, who want the clicks for be like, look at my husband, look how good my husband is. I have an awesome husband. See, instead of like just enjoying your husband or enjoying your relationship and creating content that actually, I don't know, man. I'm drunk. I'm sorry.
You're good.
Wait, I'm kind of feeling it too. Are we all better than Sassy right now? Because like,
no, I'm good.
No,
yeah,
I'm good. I'm
know.
not drunk.
Oh,
Sassy,
you're not
you
drunk?
beat me.
No, I'm feeling a little bit, but I am good. I am very good. Yes, the firebots. Yes, exactly, Boosh. Like Irene. I think
R.I.P.
R.I.P. Irene. She did die from fireball on Zaxx's. Or no, that was Tim's stream. No, I'm good. I'm good. Actually, I just figured we are hitting the I'm just kicking shit down. We're hitting the 2 hour mark. So I was gonna just try to, roll the show in and start doing our ending, since I do only about 2 hours. Yes, rip Irene. That was something
Holy
else.
shit, you didn't get drunk. I'm kind of disappointed
this
now.
is weird.
I told you that I wasn't going to because I wanted to.
I'm sorry I didn't believe you.
Yeah, I didn't believe you either. Sorry, Sassy.
I worked really hard on making sure I
believed in
ate
you.
enough today because I
You-
didn't want to get super drunk. Oh,
should
wait, hold on.
should I live stream from my phone when Sassy's really drunk in Vegas?
Yes.
Please, yeah.
Okay.
Oh
We
no,
would like
no.
to see
You know what, Nadia, take clips.
That's
Yeah,
true.
I mean, if we're gonna drink margaritas, which I like, I probably will get shit faced. Are you saving yourself for next week? Yes, I am, Roman. So when I see you, I'm gonna give you a big wet kiss too, Roman. He's so
gonna-
sweet.
Well, you guys
gonna
would
have to
all
call
enjoy
off
this. I was
Friday.
gonna surprise you guys and show up for the Vegas meetup, and then my wife's car died, and then it turned out I didn't have to spend any money at all, so I could have pulled it off. But I was looking forward to meeting
always-
Roman.
They
year.
do it every year. So hopefully next year.
Yeah, and they were telling me there's other meetups like throughout the country.
Dallas.
Like,
I think they do Milwaukee as well, Florida.
oh,
at some
Milwaukee's
point.
badass. You guys ever been to Milwaukee? Great town.
Mm-hmm.
You
But yeah.
can bar hop on a boat.
Yep. But yeah, they do meetups all right. Vegas is just tends to, I guess everybody just like, hey, they're in Vegas, let's do a Vegas vacation. Why not?
It's only a 4.5 hour drive from here. Subtle said, what did Subtle say? This
Sammy's
is for Sammy's
tuxedos.
tuxedo. Thank you, Subtle. I appreciate it.
Hopefully
I'll
next
wear it.
year we'll be able to get Vex down here at some point. So
Thank you.
If Canada
All right.
doesn't
Can
let
I
her
get someone
go
to pay for the limo?
by the way, Vex, my husband has some advice for you. Stop saying the stupid shit you've been saying online. Maybe Canada would let you go.
Canada's the one that doesn't have me. The US is the problem, not me.
Yeah,
Oh, that's probably okay. Stop saying stupid shit, and the US will let you in.
I don't
Just
put
say
my
you're
real name on
trans
the
or
internet.
non-binary or whatever. Just say you're like somebody.
Say you're ghost kin.
If just
You
say
know,
you're a
unfortunately,
base black chick or no, you're a liberal non-binary black
Binary.
woman.
It unfortunately does not make a difference what I identify as because I didn't get jabbed. So
No,
That's
I
the whole time.
I reached out
okay.
because like I felt your plight, and as soon as you
No.
said that, I was like, there was no you remember. I was like, I have a friend who has a wife who started out in Canada and got her citizenship, and I wanted to get you in touch with her. And as soon as you said the jab, and I was like, well, I can't do anything about retardation.
Well, let's hope with this election year, maybe it'll sway in your favor, maybe, so that things can change a little bit. So that
I
we can get you
hope,
down
but
here.
like the thing is like when it comes to the jab mandates and whatnot, just real brief, every politician is just focusing on like workforces and whatnot. No one's looking at the immigration side. Like nobody is talking about it whatsoever. So I imagine if there is if it does happen with the next president, whoever that may be, it's not going to be top of the list priority, unfortunately.
Just take a vacation in Mexico. And
I
just come
do, Roman. It's actually how I met my wife.
Me and Sassy will pick you up at the border.
There you go. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
I'll
let me tell you something. I'm
I'll
in a border
smuggle
state.
you in a canoe.
Yeah.
They let any asshole in over here.
Yeah.
I mean, shit. My border's wide open.
Yeah, I'm about to potentially move
Vex,
to Sassy,
Vex,
so just like
just fly to Mexico and come in.
I really, you know what? I should have. I've dropped like $10,000 in legal fees. So to just
Yep.
hop over a border would feel like such a waste of fucking
We'll
money
pay
that
you
I could have put
afterwards.
into my home.
Yeah,
You
no,
know?
I get it.
We'll give you a hotel room. It'll be great.
No, I
And
totally
you're
get it.
brown.
It's been such horseshit that she's had to deal with this. It's just not fair. And to think it's all my
She made that
country's
post about how she missed her husband. I was so upset. I was like, "Hey, this is."
Bless her heart, Sammy.
I was
Oh.
really upset. You don't remember that?
that's the more tame thing she says that she missed.
Oh yeah, it is. Oh, shut up, fat asshole. That's probably
Ooh,
what
look
the-
at this.
No,
her
not on you, Sammy.
See, this is why nobody wanted to get the
okay.
shot.
I'm gonna say this. I'll say this.
Yes.
So, when it was announced and everything, we debated about it. We're like, should we? Shouldn't we? Should we? Shouldn't we? We're the only ones who didn't in the family. And to this day, because of all my autoimmune and illnesses today, I 100% believe I would have either way severe issues or death. And it pisses me off because my rheumatologist at the time, I asked him, I said, what is your opinion? He's like, well, the rheumatologist board of whatever says you should get it. But I've seen some of my patients have side effects at it. So I'm like, so then what's your opinion? You should get it. What the fuck are you talking about? You're saying that your own patients are having side effects and you still recommend it because the board recommends it. He can't go
That's
against
actually
what the board
pretty
says.
wild that your
No.
doctor even said that some of her patients had side effects because like you would lose your license if you said
Yeah.
anyone had even like if anyone had just a rash.
Side
getting it
effects
up there.
of their disease, like not of
Gotcha.
that. So they quoted it in a way of like, well, their disease had like with me with arthritis and stuff, it flared up worse for those people after getting it.
Gotcha.
And yeah, I just so that my husband's always said like we could always get it later, you can't undo it.
Yep.
Mhm.
You could always get
Yep.
it later, you can't undo it. So
My friend who is a nurse had to get it, and her cardiologist, because she started having heart problems, said your condition is because you had COVID as well as the vaccine, and that's why you
I
have
had
heart
COVID
issues.
too.
I did
COVID
too. I had it twice.
I never got
had
it.
it twice.
Yeah.
Yep. But
It
the whole
sucked,
thing was,
but we got
yeah.
over it.
Well, that's the thing too. It was like a really gnarly
It's
flu.
almost like there's a 99%.
I will say though,
survival rate.
it was really bad. For at least for me, it was very bad. But I think the Paxlovid that they gave me for it made it worse, way
Yeah.
worse. Like if I had not taken the Paxlovid, I think I would have been okay. Because it got to the point where I told Chris, I'm like, I'm not finishing this. This is going to literally kill me if I continue taking this medication.
You know what? Shield Maiden's doctor is amazing. Her doctor retired rather than giving the people the vaccination. Good for them.
I'm totally pro, like, if you want it, go get it's your
Right.
choice, whatever. Like,
Right.
whatever. But
Right.
don't force me, especially somebody who has health conditions and stuff like that. That's a major decision. That's a
Yeah.
big factor that I have
Well,
to take into
my
consideration.
wife was allergic to one of the things, and they told her she was treated like a second-class citizen for a little.
Oh.
I didn't end up getting it, and at the time, my little sister was pregnant, and my elderly grandmother had just moved in. The only reason I was considering it was not for my sister, because I was like, even when the kid's born, like little kids don't get COVID and yada yada. You know, there was all these different things, but like my grandmother asked me to do it, and eventually I just fucking told people I got it. Like
took
it
a
was like
medium. It took a
no,
medium. Like somebody who like talks to dead people.
Yeah.
To tell my sister to knock it off from trying to pressure me. It literally took a medium for her to be like, your sister shouldn't get it and do it. Like, again, I don't. I'm just like,
No,
which was the same amount of science to tell you to get in the first place.
It's like, okay,
it was really
cool.
out of control. It was really out of control, and it's just one of those things where we shouldn't have been forced into it. And I'm very, very grateful that I never did it. My kid even said that if she had to, when she was in school, if she had to take it to stay in school, she would have just done homeschooling because she was not comfortable either. It scared her.
It really disappointed me that a bunch of people I know took it because they wanted to travel or wanted luxuries that weren't needs in a sense. Like it wasn't stopping you from working, eating and stuff, but you just because you wanted to travel. You didn't want to wait it out. You wanted to
Disappointed
travel.
me that you believe that people could tell you to do that in the first place. It was like,
but you know what? There was a lot of people like, look at Shieldmane. She didn't get to hold her grandson until he was nearly 2 years old because of the vaccine. My friend was actually bullied into getting it if he wanted to see his grandmother, who was like in her 90s. He had to get it, and he has not been okay since. He was.
You want to know what I did, and my wife did, and how we got into so many concerts? I took a CVS negative.
The test.
I
know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
And I just changed the information on top of it. I put it in Adobe, and I changed all the shit on top. And I'll admit right here, it was fraud. But I thought everyone was overreacting.
So you guys had a
I still have
system.
the template on my desktop right now. I could give you all a negative report.
You guys had a different system in the US when it came to monitoring like the positive negative tests and the vaccination. Because for you, it was just show a piece of paper and someone looks at it and that's it. Whereas here, it was put into a database so they could track your batch number and all of that. They could tell immediately if you had falsified any sort of number. So the alternative was that you pay a guy $5,000 and they'll get someone to make the card who works in a clinic or whatever to make the card for you. So when I was coming in and out of the US, because I had to have the negative test coming into Canada, I would falsify all of that because it's all from a US clinic. So it's not like they're going to go and be like, oh, this is this clinic in Pennsylvania with, they're not going to do that. But I couldn't do the same the other way around because you guys were so free with it. It's just like, it's just a piece of paper. But no, it's like, I remember getting text messages from the government of Canada being like, are you up to date on your vaccinations? Have you gotten your COVID-19 vaccine?
Yeah, I work
look at
for
your
local
prime
government
minister's lineage. I get it.
That's socialized healthcare for you though, right? That's what happens when the government owns all your health is that they know. I haven't gotten a shot for anything since I was 17. I haven't gotten any sort of vaccination update, flu shot, nothing since I was 17.
I think I was way before
that's
that. That's
always been my end to the argument when, people go, my body, my choice. And I was like, oh, but you want the government to be in charge of your healthcare? There you go. Canada, right there.
You can't have my body, my choice when it comes to things like abortion and stuff, but then you pressure people into getting something like this. Like, listen,
but what the fact is, but once you open that floodgate, that's just
I know,
is.
but listen, look, we're talking about this 4 years later, right? Look at this. Well, 4 years later, we all have trauma over this.
I'm still living that trauma.
And you're still living the trauma.
Okay, I lied to my family. My wife still had to wear a mask at like family outings. Like,
fuck that. I hate the people that wear it. I still see people walking with the mask.
I saw a dude riding his bike the other day. I had roads by me.
Hold on, Vex is raising her hand.
I think we should wrap it up.
Around his face.
Vex, are you raising your hand? Yes, go ahead.
Yes. Before we wrap it up, Roman, here's something about boobs. If you're trans and in the military in Canada, they'll pay for your boob job. Wrap it up, Sassy.
Wait a minute. If I go to join the military in Canada and I say I'm a trans person, but I want boobs, like a boob job.
Just fuck it. I'm a black lesbian.
Will they do it?
Yep.
Deal with it.
They'll give it to you. Oh,
right,
well.
Sassy.
Well,
anyway.
This has been a fun stream.
It has. So we're gonna go around and we're gonna plug our shit. Nadia, our newest member of TTFP, has some stuff to plug. My friend, go right ahead.
Yes.
What do you have?
So I am working on 2 new projects. One I can't really talk about until I get some things solidified. But when I can, I'm actually going to start a horror stream. I'm going back to basics, the genre that I love and worked 10 plus years. So I'm calling it Horror Tuesdays, where it's going to be a stream where we talk about horror stuff, new stuff and horror stuff we've watched. Just me for now, maybe guests in the future, I'm hoping. But I really want to give some time to the genre that I love and cherish. So it's not horror, it's horror.
Wait, hold on.
Thank
Here
you.
we go.
Yes, horror.
And you do not want Cannoli to say, either of those words because they do not pronounce H's in New York.
It should be out in a couple weeks. Just follow me on Twitter. You'll see an announcement. Now, the other project, I'm still working on it. It's also another show that I'm producing. I'm just getting some details kind of worked out for it. And then once I have that ready to go, it also will be announced on Twitter. So I'm very happy to get back into the live streaming things on Inside All Day. Just follow that on YouTube and then follow me on Twitter. And then for usual plugs, you'll just usually find me Wednesdays on Zax's channel for What's Good Wednesdays. Except for next one, because I'll be in with Sassy. So, yeah, that's all I got. Horror.
That's right.
Yes. Horror Tuesdays.
Horror. Vex, what do you
Follow
have?
her on Horror Tuesdays.
Vex, what do you have coming up, my friend?
Just follow me on Twitter at Vex Electronica, YouTube at Vex Electronica.
I love you, Vex.
The problem is
Like,
Vex is
fuck
everywhere.
you all.
so
Here's the straight to the point.
fuck you, find me. All right.
Yes.
And Sammy, where can we find you for the rest of the week and next week?
You can find me on Twitter, though
Nope.
I may not answer you.
No, you can't.
No, I'm on there.
Oh, okay.
I've messaged all you guys. I'm allowed to answer.
Oh, by the way, Sammy, you'll have to forgive me if I don't respond because I have like legitimately 15 to 20 different chats that message me every day and I forget messages. So please forgive me if
You're
I
not a
don't
priority,
respond.
Sammy. That's what she's saying.
Okay. Also, like, you guys are like my online friends. Like, I recognize that you all have lives, and like that's fine. That's totally cool. I'm not gonna like sit around and twiddle my thumbs. But
I do if Vex doesn't respond within 20 minutes. I twiddle my thumbs and go, she doesn't love me anymore.
I
You
can
know
only
what,
pin 5 chats on Twitter. I'm sorry.
I've been very blessed to like find like a group of people that like I've been on Roman's channel every Thursday. That's normally where you can find me. I really love for the next couple Tuesdays I'll be talking about Scavenger's Reign with certain people. But I'm finally
That's
getting
on
my
Gooch's channel.
Yeah.
like certain people who don't answer me on Twitter. No, I'm just kidding. Really? I thought I was gonna get a fucking chuckle off that.
Sorry,
did.
sorry. I
Vex
was typing.
chuckled.
Sorry. I'm drinking.
Oh, fuck you guys. No. I've been reviewing Scavenger's Reign with Gooch and others, and some might be more contrarian. But I finally got
because I fucking hate it.
I thought you said it was mid. No, it doesn't matter. So I thought I had my first project done on my own channel. I was gonna invite you guys. I wanted to review Adam West's Batman, and I was gonna take it episode by episode. And then I realized that most storylines were 2-parters. And then I just rewatched the first season, and then I realized if you watch like one episode of Batman 1966, you've watched all of them because it's so
Get back on
formulaic.
track, Sammy. Get back on track.
Back on track, Sammy.
So I'm saying
Go
I
back
don't
to
know
the
what I'm
plugs.
going to do again. But I have a live album that I've been passing around to people, and I've been doing that. But I don't know what I'm going to do with my channel anymore. But I know how to use the software now, so that's great. I still might do the Batman thing, but I have to reevaluate it.
I'm out. Don't even ask me. I'm out. I don't even like it.
No, yeah,
I don't even know who Batman is, so don't ask me.
oh,
If it was Inspector Gadget, I would be in, but I'm out.
If it was
that
if
might
it
even be a better idea because
You're welcome. Copyrighted. There you go.
it was just so you know how Price of Reason does Quantum Leap. That's
Yeah.
a different storyline every single time. When you look at Batman 66, like Batman punches people, they set the villain out, and he's like, "I'm gonna be the worst villain ever," and then they tie him up, and then at the end of that episode, they will be like, "Will Batman not be tied up? tune in next week. Same bat time, same bat channel. And that's the format for every single episode. So I might as well review Scooby-Doo. It wasn't as it wasn't as varied as I thought it was, and it wouldn't make a good series.
Can you still see me? I'm trying to hide behind the mic.
Keep on track, Sammy. Keep on track.
So you can find Sammy on the socials, on the Twitters, on the Instagrams.
I'm Sammy 3P'd all across the board. Thank you.
And his music's killer too, by the way. Very good. So let's give his albums a listen.
So you can find me on the socials. You can find me on Sunday. I'm going to do Mrs. Sassy Sunday stream. I got a lot of weird shit. Listen, my favorite drag queen turned himself into a sunflower. So I'm excited about that. And so I'll be back on Sunday at 12 Pacific Standard Time, 3:00 p.m. Eastern. And then I'll be in Vegas next week, bitches, with Nadia. I'm going to kiss her face. I might stick my tongue in her mouth too. We'll see.
No, we don't do tongue. We don't do tongue.
No, we don't. Anyway, I'm just kidding. I don't swing.
Listen, those years are behind me in college.
I didn't go to college, so I'm still trying to relive my youth. Anyway, thank you so much, everybody who hung out with us tonight. I appreciate you. I'm so glad I didn't get fucking trashed. It was nice to have a normal show. And Sammy, thank you so much for being a guest. Nadia,
thank you for having me.
Welcome to the shit show. Vex is always a pleasure. And hold on, I have to find my out. Oh, and thank you for everybody who contributed tonight. Squeaka, you're insane. Corey, you're insane. And everybody else, Subtle Deviancy, thank you so much. Love it. Thank you for the super chat. I appreciate each and every one of you. We'll be back on whatever first Friday there is in May.
I love you, Roman. I love you, Jacob.
I love all of you too. Roman, I get to kiss your face next week too. You better be ready for it. And on that note, I'll see you all next time. Bye, guys.